please, if you don't.
Yeah.
All right. So I have news for you. I don't know if you guys saw anything about this, but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got married over the weekend. Yeah, happened.
Do you know, bizarrely, the fact that it was over the 4th of July weekend, I found myself less plugged into this.
Me too.
And it actually was good.
Yeah.
Because I would probably have been sick of it that much quicker.
Yeah, I on the 5th or 6th, I'm like, I just pulled up some info real quick. And
so what happened?
There was very little at first that you could find out because they kept a pretty good lid on things. You got the basics, and that was it. But some more has come out, so I'll just give you some of the deets here for you folks. We'll start with the fact that she and Travis donated $26 million to charities, and they included food banks, animal charities, children's hospitals, and more. Some of the recipients were Feeding America, ASPCA, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, New York Cares, and Brad and Kimberly Paisley's The Store in Nashville. Dolly shared a video thanking Tay and Trav for donating $2 million to her charity, and she also congratulated them on their nuptials. And despite, and I'm sure you know all this information by now, but we'll rehash a little of it anyway. Despite multiple people offering to officiate, it went to Adam Sandler. He officiated.
Which is very cool.
According to wedding attendees from Good Morning America, Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan said that Adam sang an original song for the couple, was both funny and touching during the ceremony. And they said that Taylor and Travis read their own vows, which were lengthy. I heard that they went, somebody said 20 minutes long.
That's what I heard.
A piece?
20 minutes each, and they read them out of a big gold book.
Yeah, they added that despite the venue being Madison Square Garden, they said the evening felt very intimate. So the brother, Austin of Taylor, was the man of honor, and Jason Kelce served as Travis's best man. There were no other wedding parties.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, keep it lean and mean, even though it's in this huge venue.
A statement also shared the bride and groom's wedding ceremony looks have been created by Christian Dior Haute Couture. They are designed by Jonathan Anderson, creative director of Dior Women's, Men's, and Haute Couture collections, in close collaboration with the bride and groom. This is the designer's first couture wedding dress for a world-renowned celebrity. Their shoes were custom made by Christian Louboutin, and the bride wore Cartier jewelry.
I would have assumed.
Jason and Kylie Kelce's daughters were reportedly flower girls and spread petals at Taylor's feet as she walked down the aisle.
So prior to the wedding, Taylor sat apparently with her conciliaries in an office and entertained the requests of anyone who came in, and that's part of the Sicilian tradition.
That's right.
Yeah.
At least 4 union workers were escorted out of Madison Square Garden the night before the wedding after allegedly taking photos. So they killed them. They shot them.
They had to.
For that. No, they
scumbags.
They weren't fired.
Get out of here.
But they could face some sanctions, including not being allowed to work at the Garden anymore, though they could work at other Madison Square Garden venues.
Taylor Swift, may you have a masculine child.
Maren Morris gave fans a closer look at one of the keepsakes from the wedding, revealing that guests received custom white handkerchiefs as favors. The gifts feature the couple's monogram, wedding date, and venue, along with the embroidered lyric, "So It's Gonna Be Forever," from Swift's hit Blank Space. The wedding favor may have been a nod to one of Kelce's favorite Swift songs, as he previously named Blank Space among his top picks. Taylor's pal Lena Dunham was in attendance and allegedly left a bad taste in some guest's mouth after snagging the mic to give a celebratory speech. She made unsavory adult jokes about American football, with insiders saying that they were shocked. There were gasps and laughs.
Yeah, and then she took a dump in a garbage can.
Taylor reportedly declared Lena as a genius for the speech. Taylor was one of Dunham's bridesmaids when she tied the knot with musician Louis Felber back in 2021.
So it's my understanding that they had like a whole series, Preston, of games.
They did as well, yes. Stevie Nicks performed during the celebration. According to Robin Roberts, she said we can confirm Stevie Nicks did perform. She didn't confirm the songs that were performed. That she and Taylor are longtime fans and have collaborated before, including a performance at the Grammys in 2010. And Nic's also contributed a poem to Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. Paul McCartney performed I Want to Hold Your Hand during the wedding reception.
Can you goddamn believe?
And it's the first
Paul
time
McCartney performing at your wedding.
It's the first time that song has been performed live by any of the Beatles since 1964. What? According to this story that I saw here, I find that hard to believe. And after the ceremony, Swift's mother, Andrea, invited guests into the reception space where the stage was set. Paul and Swift apparently have been friends for many years.
Okay, I was eating a pizza bagel and I can't find it.
The Daily Mail reports the entire wedding event was filmed for a documentary, though fans may not see that, or at least via legit means. The outlet says everything was caught on camera for a documentary that will be sent to the over 1,000 guests as a thank you gift.
My guess is... Well, I don't know what my guess is on this. At some point, I assume they're going to release that to the public in some version or another, right?
I would think so.
It's too huge. You have a stellar array of entertainers performing.
They have to at least be sitting on the photos because nothing has come out from the wedding yet.
According to leaked video, though, per the Daily Mail, Taylor and Travis personalized their wedding with never-before-seen photos displayed throughout the venue, including a peach and white hallway featuring a giant T&T monogram. Video also showed Candy Statton's Young Hearts Run Free playing as guests explored the decorated space. Madison Square Garden celebrated the couple's nuptials with a sign on the outside of the stadium displaying just and the what do you call that N symbol?
An ampersand.
Yeah.
Okay, just ampersand T married with a purple background color. The Empire State Building lit up in a light blue sparkle in honor of the wedding, posting that they were Taylor's Something Blue on Instagram. And as Steven mentioned, they also reportedly turned their wedding reception into game night where guests earned raffle tickets by playing games throughout the evening. Sources told TMZ that prizes included Cartier watches and designer handbags. The biggest giveaway was a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle with the license plate Just NT MRD, the same type of car the couple drove in during their first date. It's unknown who won the prizes, though.
That's crazy, man.
Somebody went away with that, yeah.
They also, when they did the chicken dance, they imported 500 Belgian chickens.
My goodness. I mean, if you're going to go.
Actual chickens trained to perform.
You got to go all out. Ashley Smith, the older sister of lineman Trey Smith, claims to have caught Tay's wedding bouquet. Ashley shared the moment in a post to Instagram. Yeah, she beat the crap out of 3 people.
Get the hell you.
No, saying she somehow ended up with the bouquet, adding, so here's to believing it's bringing a lifetime of love, luck, and laughter my way.
So there are pictures that were ended up on the Daily Mail and a few of the British tabloids, and they were showing, so as you said, within Madison Square Garden, they created this castle and this sort of forest. And it was, I only saw a couple of shots of it, but it looked incredibly impressive.
Yeah, my feed was much different than yours, guys. All weekend long, I was getting photos and such. It seemed like all of the guests had like an NDA that they couldn't post until the next day, so you could see what they were wearing. But there were no cell phones allowed inside, but somebody must have snuck in and creeped a couple of photos.
Yep. The spread of food was said to include everything from sushi to filet mignon to favorites from Chinese, Italian, and American cuisines. There was also apparently a huge dessert table with around 30 different cakes, topped with a unique 3D figure of Taylor and Travis, along with other desserts. So they did, as you would imagine, the food was through the roof.
They had a cupcake tree that was built around a sequoia.
That's pretty cool.
Unbelievable.
This is literally the first I'm hearing about all of this.
Really?
Yeah. I listen, I didn't go searching for it, and it wasn't necessarily a part of my algorithm. I mean, I saw like Bo Allen posted a couple of photos, and I follow him on Instagram. Just him and his, I guess
he was wearing Vera Wang.
Was he wearing Vera Wang? Okay,
his girlfriend.
But I did not. This did not enter into my world until right now.
Yeah, everything I know is against my will. It was just fed to me. But one when, this leaked photo came out of the two of them, and I'm like, oh, that's Andy Reid right behind him. We kind of have a little association there.
I had to go searching for it too.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But I knew we were going to be talking about it, so that's why I went after it. Otherwise, I would have let it pass.
Yeah. They could have very well, and then they did post apparently outside on Madison Square Garden, just married. Yeah, all of those huge signs.
Yeah, just NT. Married. Yep.
The best thing I actually saw all weekend about this was Jessica Boyington posted. She had, it was just a video that she posted. It was directed at Swifties because, some of these Swifties did not approve of the wedding venue, that this was beneath her and blah, blah, blah. And she just roasted these people, all the Swifties. You're the reason why this is, at Madison Square, the most secure building in the country, next to the White House or something along those lines. And she, showed footage of her showing up, coming out of just dinner or going to another wedding, and look at all you psychos, the way you act. This is why it had to be like this.
So you're saying now firmly, right now, you believe that Taylor Swift fans are psychos.
I believe that's what Jessica Boyington said.
I, on the other hand, I savor them for their fandom and their passionate response to an artist who's undeniably the greatest female entertainer of all time. And there, I think you have the contrast of someone who just despises the fan base, and me, who loves them so much.
Goodness.
I mean, I'm going through it, and I'm like, there is not a person who's not at this wedding. Conan O'Brien, Seth Meyers, on top of all of the Gigi Hadids and Selena Gomez's.
Look who we have, Seth Meyers.
Seriously, I'm just looking through it, and I'm like, they're there. Every single celebrity was in MSG this weekend.
You figured as much. I mean, who did you think was going to show up, right?
That's what I mean. It's just kind of oh, all right, yeah, of 1,000 people. All of Hollywood was there.
I was actually surprised. I didn't know her and Lena Dunham were so close. I had no idea.
Yeah,
she was going to be there.
I guess they're old school friends. They've been buds for a long, long time. So, all right, well, that one's in the history books, and there will be more little things that dribble out from time to time as we carry on with our lives. So, all right, in other high profile news, we'll go with Prince Harry. His planned stay at Buckingham Palace during his London visit has hit another snag after his spokesperson said that an accommodation offer had been withdrawn after he accepted it. In a statement to the spokesperson said, following RAVEC's decision, I don't know exactly what that is. Ravix. Decision not to provide security for his family, the Duke spent last week making alternative security arrangements. They added that once those arrangements were in place, he was able to formally accept the offer of accommodation for himself over the weekend. Harry's team further said it is therefore disappointing that the offer has now been withdrawn.
They made other accommodations. He is staying at the Manchester La Quinta.
And they questioned why it had been withdrawn at the last moment. The palace says the Duke's team replied too late, and they would formally decline the invitation only to change their minds and accept it later when it was withdrawn. So I don't know. Nonetheless, they're not going to be able to stay at the official property while they are there.
You're out of here. There is... Go ahead.
It is the Royal and VIP Executive Committee.
Okay.
And it's the UK government committee responsible for authorizing state-funded police protection for the royalty and high-profile figures.
So it's government approval for security.
There's a whole array of protocols that have to be in place, as you would well imagine.
Yeah.
You just can't leave a key under the mat.
So a couple of weeks ago, Harry and the family, who have been denied any publicly funded security through RAVEC since he and Markle resigned from royal duties in 2020, had alleged plans in place to safely travel as a family. So they're not going to be able to stay there. All right, this was kind of fun. Mariska Hargitay made a memorable surprise during her final performance of Every Brilliant Thing on Broadway when her husband, Peter Herman, joined her on stage at New York's Hudson Theater during a playful scene. Her character told the audience, "I thought that Sam had stopped to tie his shoe," and jokingly pulled on his arm to get him into the proposal position. Setting up the moment, she added, "When I turned around, Sam said," and after a brief pause that drew laughter from the crowd, he shakily delivered the line, "Will you marry me?" And she responded in character with perfect timing, saying, "Yes, let's kiss now." They then shared a kiss and an embrace as the audience cheered during the Broadway finale.
I got to piss.
Sorry, I got to piss right now.
You're not proposing? No, I got to piss. It hurts so much I have to kneel.
Later, after she received a standing ovation, Herman presented her with a large bouquet and sweetly told her, "I love you."
Herman, you big dummy.
But they've actually got married in 2004, so they were
Liars.
just doing a little playful thing.
Oh, that's sweet.
All right, will there be more Stranger Things? The answer is yes, if Millie Bobby Brown has her way. She says there's more story to tell about her character, 11.
Oh, they're working on Stranger Things.
She was asked what she envisioned for her character as she was older, if she had lived through the series' ambiguous ending. She said, "I'm not finished with Elle. I love her so much."
Imagine going through menopause as Elle.
She said, I was very pleased at the ending, but it was a hard pill to swallow. And she said, "I would love to see what she could be doing in her 30s. I'd be interested to see that. I hope everyone else would be, but that's if she's alive."
I'm sweating my ass off. Get me an egg.
She also revealed that becoming a mom has changed the way that she approaches her career. She says that everything is about her daughter now. When it comes to choosing roles that could inspire her kid, she said, "I'm doing it for her, but I'm not going to accept that she's going to want to see mom and want to be like mom as well." She was talking to Access Hollywood and said she hopes to bring more females to the screen and to encourage future filmmakers and actresses as well.
So I think is this third season of her Sherlock Holmes, Enola Holmes. It's debuted, right?
I believe it just came out. I haven't seen it yet, but
watch that.
I do want to watch it. I enjoyed the first two. So
Looks like it came out July 1st.
okay,
There we go.
Done and done.
Look at me being right.
All right, so Steve, this is for you. Kjell Nilsson, the Swedish-born weightlifter and actor best known for playing the villainous masked marauder Lord Humongous in the classic 1981 Mad Max film The Road Warrior, passed away in Queensland, Australia on Thursday following a 4-year battle with kidney disease.
I saw this.
76 years old,
Yeah, very sad.
His death was announced by his family on his Facebook page. They said, as many as you know, Kjell had been battling end-stage kidney disease for the past 4.5 years, receiving dialysis 3 days a week. It was a long and painful journey filled with countless battles to overcome, including the gradual loss of his body autonomy. This past Sunday, after much consideration, he made the decision to take back control over his pain and his body by stopping dialysis. I remember when that movie came out. That dude scared the hell out of me.
Well,
he
he's
was so
jacked.
good.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. And I don't know if that was him delivering the lines or if it's like a David Prowse sort of situation, Darth Vader situation. But he has great lines in the movie. We all lost someone we loved. You know, he seemed to have a heart. He had, the first second he appears on screen in The Road Warrior, like, mother of Christ,
this dude, man,
the Road Warrior's dead.
Yeah, so he always had that mask on. You're right, Steve. I don't know if that was him saying those lines or not. He was born in Gothenburg, Sweden in 1949. He moved to Australia in 1980 to serve as a weightlifting trainer of Swedish athletes preparing for the Moscow Olympics. His imposing physique made him an ideal pick for the hockey-masked character officially called The Humongous in the Road Warrior script. They also referred to him in the film as the Ayatollah of rock and roll. According to his family, in his final days, he often spoke about how grateful he was for his bodybuilding and coaching career and the life he built between the two countries he called home, Sweden and Australia, for the opportunity to inspire and connect with people around the world through his iconic role as the Lord Humongous.
Iconic.
They said that legacy will never die, so that was sad.
The Road Warrior is such a great movie. You've all seen it, right?
No.
It is.
It's really good.
It is terrific, and the character of the Road Warrior of Mad Max, who actually is kind of played for a patsy in the movie, and then the final. Which is all, by the way, practical effects. That chase at the end of the movie. Yeah. You've got to see it to believe it. It's unbelievable.
It was a pretty wild concept when it came out. Congratulations to Milo Ventimiglia and his wife, Jara Mariano. They have welcomed a new baby into the household. On Instagram, Mariano wrote, "Welcome back home, Rock Anthony Makoa Ventimiglia.
Well, there's a mouthful.
Can't wait for all the adventures ahead with our family of 5.
They couldn't have just gone with Lou.
While the couple shares 2 babies, it's assumed the family of 5 comment refers to their dog, who also features in the carousel of family pics as well. So they got themselves a new baby. Zendaya's latest dress for the Odyssey premiere in London was truly fresh off the runway. The actress wore a jaw-dropping Schiaparelli breastplate bodice that gave the star the illusion of a marble white body with a glowing fringe skirt.
I stopped wearing those because they dig into your abdomen when you shave your pubes.
Sure. The bodice, fashion experts were shocked when they realized that the dress had made its runway debut merely hours before the movie premiere.
So it was still steaming.
Credit goes to Z's legendary stylist Law Roach, who jokingly told Extra TV that the Fall-Winter 2026 show for Schiaparelli in Paris, that he was literally waiting to take the dress off the model. Law went as far as having a personal jet ready and waiting to take him back to London, where Zendaya later appeared for the premiere in a leafy vintage Valentino dress.
You notice TJ Maxx doesn't offer that same service?
Her husband, Tom Holland, of course, had a sweet reaction to the look, with Access Hollywood catching him saying, "Get it, girl."
The hell is that?
As she walked by.
The hell are you wearing?
It's pretty wild looking. This little outfit. We're looking at the pictures of it right now. So she looks stunning.
When's that movie come out? Soon?
Absolutely
It's
stunning.
in a week.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I definitely want to go see it. Yeah, in IMAX. All right, Obsession, the movie. I know you guys just watched it over the weekend.
I did.
Has become a massive box office success, turning its tiny budget into more than $403 million worldwide so far. It's also made Indy Navarrete a breakout star. She plays the one who's being obsessed over, or who becomes obsessed, actually.
She's excellent.
And fans already wonder where they'll see her next. And in a new interview with Nylon, it's revealed that the actress has already met with Jake Schreier, who is set to direct the upcoming X-Men movie for Marvel. While she didn't confirm any casting, the meeting has fueled a ton of rumors online that she could join the MCU. Marvel has not revealed the new X-Men lineup, though it's expected to feature a younger team.
I'd like to see her play the same character from Obsession, but as the mother of a sitcom family.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Sadie Sink is also rumored to play Jean Grey in the upcoming superhero flick Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think she'd make a pretty good Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat.
She would.
So
absolutely.
we'll see if they
I love that character.
Going with that. All right, and then we'll do, we got time for one more. Disney appears to be moving forward with Moana 3, according to Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, come on.
Shared an update while promoting the upcoming live-action Moana in Rio de Janeiro. During a press conference, he said, "Yes, we have talked about Moana 3," while noting the attention should be focused on the live-action adaptation arriving in theaters on July 10th. He joked, but first, live-action Moana will let that come out first before adding that they will pen Moana 3 in reference to writers Jared Bush and Dana LeDoux Miller.
I'm just cracking up with the reference to it. The new one coming out is the live-action Moana. You watch any clip from that movie, about 90% of what you're seeing is CGI.
The news follows the massive success of the Moana franchise, with both the original film and its sequel becoming major hits for Disney, of course. All right, we got some clips to play for you. The life of a social media influencer tackling daily life with Tourette's is explored in Balin Out Loud. And here, Balin Dupree talks about the origins of the show on social media.
Before COVID, I was a little bit different. My tics weren't as bad as they turned into be. So I went on social media and I just was so done hiding who I was.
A new episode of Balin Out Loud airs today, 9 p.m. on TLC.
It's her out loud.
Yeah. Next clip. Dark Side of the Ring returns to show some of the darkest and controversial stories in professional wrestling. And here, TNA Wrestling founder Jeff Jarrett shares what it's like producing the newest season.
It's originally going to be a 1 hour. And I think Dark Side were like, there's no way we can tell this story in 1 hour. And then they got to that point and said, no, we're not doing the story justice, 3 hours. And they said it could have easily gone into 4 hours. And that's when I just went, wow.
I don't think I want to see it.
Season 7 premiere of Dark Side of the Ring airs today, 9 p.m. That's on Vice.
Where's the remote? My wrestling show is on.
All right, there you go. By the way, I love this text I got randomly. It's from Chris. We were talking about Stranger Things. Said they're planning on doing Perfect Stranger Things.
Oh,
Yeah.
Perfect Strangers Things. Yeah. I like that. That could be good. Alrighty, we welcome you to a Tuesday morning. If you're just joining us, we have a lot on our plate today. We have several interesting guests that will be on the show. We also have an announcement coming up in a little while, and we have some hot dogs to eat.
Yeah.
If we have some room for that as well, which actually we're going to do next, I believe, right?
Yeah, Nick should be here any moment.
All
Chef
right.
Nick.
Yeah, from Royal Tavern. And it's the dog days of summer. And the featured hot dog this week is the Preston and Steve dog. And we'll get to try it.
I'll call it a career high.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. A whole bunch to unpack and to sort through. So stay with us through the course, my friend. We will be right back. Richard Arthur Potratz, that's it, Potratz, says that he's not sure why he started mixing hard liquor and narcotics cocktail of fentanyl and hydromorphone while driving a charter bus carrying 52 Saskatoon grade school students back in March.
Well, I just probably assume it seemed like the thing to do.
Yeah, the veteran driver, 71 years old, by the way, said in court that he'd been battling chronic back pain for 2 decades and the pills weren't cutting it anymore.
I've got some precious cargo here. It'd really help if I was tripping balls.
His pain was, he said, 12 on a scale of 10 that day. He was behind the wheel of a Prince Albert Northern Bus Lines charter with grades 6, 7, and 8 students on board. Saskatoon police responded to calls about an erotic driver.
Hi, everyone. Is everyone enjoying their trip? I know I am. I feel so steamy up here.
Erratic driver.
Look, he's got a boner.
Look at me. I'm going to touch the top of the bus. Peanut butter.
Erratic driver. They arrived to find the bus on the side of the highway, and Potratz passed out on the back seat of a car driven by a parent who was following. And he said, I've come to the full realization of how much fear I caused. I take full responsibility for what happened that day. He pleaded guilty to driving with a blood alcohol level over the legal limit. The prosecutor, Jane Lang, presented a report that detailed his various medical maladies and a victim impact statement from a teacher on the bus who asked to remain anonymous.
Normally I throw the book at you, but you are so goddamn erotic.
The teacher said that they thought of the Humboldt Broncos fatal crash. I don't know what that means.
No, yeah.
As they frantically buckled students into their seats while the bus wove across lanes and into the shoulder of the busy highway. Lang proposed a conditional sentence of 2 years to be served in the community, followed by a 2-year prohibition, and he did not contest the proposal.
By the way, did he in fact have back pain, or was that just a, did they confirm or deny that?
I don't know. I think he did, but you can't take fentanyl and booze and drive kids.
Yeah, maybe call out sick that day.
Yeah, maybe so.
It seems risky.
All right, one more story. I can't take this anymore. My nose is running like a faucet right now. I'm sorry. Let's end with this one. If driverless cars are the future, we might see way more of this. A Waymo took a left turn right into the middle of a police standoff, and it was all caught on video. Viral video spreading on social media shows one of the driverless ride service vehicles taking the left turn in downtown Los Angeles, cruising right into the middle of some crossfire. The problem is, the Waymo goes right past a man who's on the ground face down next to a truck as LAPD cars and officers lined up behind him and shout commands. Adding dramatic effect, an LAPD helicopter is heard circling overhead. And folks taking the video were laughing while the Waymo was driving into the eye of the storm.
Hi, I'm Johnny Cab.
A rep for Waymo said, the vehicle cleared the scene in a matter of seconds, and the passengers inside made it safely to their destination.
So the Waymo can't determine or realize that they're driving to an active shooting situation.
Yep. Waymo's rollout in Los Angeles hasn't been without some speed bumps. A car got pulled over in Beverly Hills for an illegal turn, and Waymo suspended service this summer when cars were being torched at some points. How can you tell if you're good in bed or you need some schooling in the sack?
Ask the pimp.
There are some warning signs to watch out for, according to sex coaches, therapists, and counselors.
And your neighbor who's watching through the binoculars.
Oh, and that guy, too. It's Steve next door.
Raise your pelvis.
Yeah. All right, so here are some things that might be some warning signs. You struggle to stay in the moment. It says a lot of us struggle with this, but psychologist and intimacy coach Dr. Lori Beth Bisbee points out that great sex requires all parties to be present, connected, and focused on each other and what they are doing. They don't have any examples of what not being in the moment in the middle of sex are.
No, this is something you can do if it's protocol, if it's frowned upon. can you ask the cuck how?
You can talk to the cuck.
Yeah, you can
well, I don't know if you can
Does
or if
this
she
look
can.
right?
It depends on who's cucking, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Are there official rules to cooking?
I don't know.
There's Canadian rules.
Not official rules, but I think it's home field rules.
If it's Bill Weston, you can ask him questions because he'll give you answers. for sure.
Use your index finger. Ring finger never gets to the...
and listen to me.
I need you to stop talking and use your index finger.
I get off. Here's another thing. You
Don't leave out your elbow.
You don't check in before, during, or after sex, according to. Oh my God, sexpert Annabelle Knight.
Oh my God.
Annabelle. Yeah. Never asking your partner what they like is a missed opportunity. Annabelle says silent sex isn't bad.
Oh, I'd like you to leave.
But zero communication often means zero collaboration.
Let's collab.
So you should talk about your likes and dislikes and your preferences.
With the mailman.
Well, if that's part of it, yeah. All right, your partner. Here's another sign. Your partner has given up on giving you feedback. If they've tried before and felt that you didn't listen, sex and relationship coach Gemma Nice says that may be quiet quitting.
What's that
trying to
name?
talk about it. What?
What's her name again?
Gemma Nice.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, Gemma or Gemma, Gemma. Yeah.
It's a pretty name.
So here's another one. You rarely last long enough for your partner to finish. Women take longer, typically between 20 and 30 minutes, while men usually last between 5 and 7 minutes. Communication is key if this is a problem in your love life, so you can figure out how to make it work. Mm-hmm. You treat sex like a performance. Says trying too hard to be good in bed can backfire, so try to treat it like an experience and not a one-person show.
That's why I use Benadryl.
You don't have to show off.
Right.
Have you ever, in your years of sexual prowess, attempted something that was?
Oh, well outside my range.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this wingsuit away.
I remember,
and I don't know if prowess would ever apply to me.
I remember a couple times like saying things that were out of like porn and not realizing that porn is porn
and it's not real.
Sex is different than porn.
Formaldehyde.
I mean, no, you know what I mean.
I know what you're talking about.
And just having it, and in the middle of it, I'd be like, well, that's not how that was supposed to go.
Stop laughing.
No, I don't want to do anything.
Now I'm embarrassed.
I'm going back.
I'm totally mad.
Yeah.
Absolute embarrassment. Yeah, don't believe porn.
Porn is not a good instructor.
Porn is a liar.
Yeah.
We're going to go in to the gift section of the store this morning, and we're going to tell you a little bit about the Golden Globes bag that they have, the gift bags they have to give away. The ultimate gift bag is what they call it.
These things, you just, many times they're mouth-wateringly good.
Yeah.
Like insane gifts.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine, because I love a gift bag. And the gift bags we get is, you might get like a sweatshirt or
a koozie.
or a koozie or a pen. I'm like, ooh,
Not quite.
So the price, the worth is down a little bit from last year, but it still comes in at close to $1 million.
Isn't that
The bag.
insane? Yeah.
$1 million. And so it's a first come, first serve basis, which I don't really
I didn't realize
understand how you get in line to get these bags. So there are some things that are only limited, and if you don't get it before it's gone, then you don't get
that.
it.
So this is going specifically to the presenters, yes?
Presenters and nominees.
Okay.
So yeah, that's apparently it says the actual story that I have here said that it's first come, first serve basis, and it is for, I believe, winners and presenters.
So, and part of the deal with the dollar value is so high is because you have these major sponsors.
Yes.
They know they're going to get traction by being part of this bag.
All right, it may not be nominees. It just has winners and presenters.
Okay, all right.
All right, so listen to this. So they
make us envious.
Well, they have. Oh, it's big time. They have them broken down into a couple of categories. They have travel and experience, beauty and wellness, and then wine, spirits, and cigars.
So the travel sometimes blows me away.
Oh yeah. Well, get ready.
All right.
I won't even go through all of them. There's too many of them. So
Do they have koozies?
Here's one of the trips. Casa Belmar by Destinations in Paradise. So, yeah, you have to mention these sponsors, and that's what they get. So, it's a 3-night stay in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico, at a beachfront villa. It's available to 5 recipients. It's a $25,000 value. But that's just the beginning. It gets more intense. So, Celestia Finici is a 5-day luxury yacht charter through the Coral Triangle in Indonesia.
I mean, come on!
That is a $60,000 gift, and it's available to all participants.
I get excited for my Dunkin' gift card.
Then you have the Conrad Koh Sumai, which is 3 nights in the Gulf of Thailand at the Royal Villa. It's a $15,370 value, available to 3 recipients. You have the Conrad Maldives Rengali Island. It's a 2-night stay at the Muraka, which is spelled Muraka, the world's first undersea residence, followed by a 2-night stay at the Rengali Ocean Pavilion. That's a $70,000 prize, and that's available to 5 recipients. I would like to see what the undersea residence looks like at the Conrad Maldives Rengali Island.
So I've did a whole bunch of YouTube videos on there's a handful of these places. There's one that looks amazing, Preston, where you're the hotel room, the suite, there are a couple of them are literally underwater, big, huge windows, like the toilet. You're literally looking out at the coral reef.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I don't know if that's this one in particular.
Yeah.
But it's something that is a bucket list item.
There's one down in Florida called, and it's for scuba divers, but it's called the Jules Verne. My cousins stayed there because they're big scuba people, and you just dive right out of your room, and you're underwater.
So is it just the room? Because this was kind of like a suite underwater. Yeah.
And I think it's just the room, and just when I was looking at pictures, it didn't look like super extravagant, but it was just kind of cool.
I think this is what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, Preston.
I found a photo of it.
That's it.
And this is outrageous.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow.
Imagine if you wake up and you forgot you're in that room.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'm drowning!
Here's a story about mall Santas. They work for Santa.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they handle the load leading up to Christmas.
Santa's got to go.
So, but
he's got a load to handle.
They recently have gone on Reddit and shared some of the best responses and silly responses from kids that they get who come and ask for things for Christmas.
I love this. Part of the fun of going over to the mall during the holidays is to see the kids sitting in the awe of meeting Santa, sometimes the terror.
Yeah.
But it's so adorable.
So this parent said, my son asked for a Green Bay Packer one year.
Just not a jersey, a player.
He had an entire plan about how he would feed him and take him outside to exercise, and he could sleep next to his toddler bed if he wanted to.
Was it a specific Packer or just any Packer?
It just said a Green Bay Packer, so I don't know. Another mall Santa said, I had a 15 to 17-year-old girl. So last week we told you about an event that was coming up, and here it is, and we are ready to get it underway. It is with our friends at Royal Tavern, which you'll find on Passyunk Avenue. It is their Dog Days of Summer, and week number 2 is the Preston and Steve hot dog.
In hot dog lore and legend, week number 2 is the coveted position.
We would like to welcome Chef Nic Macri. How do you say your last name? I messed that up.
Macri.
It is Macri. I want to make sure I got that right. I like Chef Nic. I think that works.
That works too.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to
Hopefully
see you
had
guys.
a good 4th.
Yeah, it was busy weekend at the restaurant. Busy Monday yesterday, and the Preston Steve dog yesterday was the #1 seller.
Is that right? Was it also the only hot dog on the menu?
That's right. Well, listen, last week we had, or was it last week or the week before? I've lost track. But
Me too.
You came in and you brought your hot dogs, which, by the way, I was blown away at the fact that at Royal Tavern, you guys make your own hot dogs. They actually make the dog.
Wait.
which makes a huge difference.
I don't really know. I can't think of the last place that I knew had a reputation for literally making their own hot dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe at the Vatican they do that.
But you guys have a lot of unique entries in there, and we had thrown over some ingredient ideas to you, and we let you do the real work because you're the mastermind. And what have you come up with? I see a lot of the stuff we suggested you went with.
Yeah, so we had roasted garlic, Cooper Sharp, black pepper, and salt. And like we worked through a couple of things and we're just like, all right, how do we make this happen?
Yeah.
So we took a bunch of roasted garlic and we made a roasted garlic brown mustard with it. Little bit of Cooper Sharp to make like a Cooper Sharp whiz so it spreads on the bun a lot easier.
Okay.
And then we went with fried garlic to bring out all the garlic notes in the mustard.
Nice.
And then we wanted to have a P ingredient and an S
So
ingredient.
you pissed on it.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
we
So
didn't.
What added the P?
So the P is cracked black pepper.
Yep.
And then we were going to do salt, like a salt and pepper kind of thing on it, but it was too salty.
I suggested the salt and pepper thing for the P&S, but I'm like, man, hot dogs have already got enough salt in them, and I'm glad you decided to sidestep that.
Yeah,
So
so the S is scallion. So it brightens it up a little bit and makes it a little bit nice and fresh and gives it some pop.
Visually,
And
it looks nice.
This is gonna be a breathy hot dog. You're gonna definitely have some breath after you eat this for sure.
So I need to clarify, there is in fact no titmouse in this.
No titmouse
Okay,
at
'cause
all.
you
It's a
mentioned
joke
that
I made earlier.
Okay.
I apologize. But I'm dying. I'm dying to try this out, man. So did you guys hand out samples amongst the staff to see if it was good or not? Or?
Yeah, we tried it amongst ourselves in the kitchen, and usually that's how we go about things, and we make sure that.
I'm checking the smell. I'm the same way someone checking a wine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to gargle the hot dog in my mouth for a second.
Oh, that smells fantastic. So this is the little pieces on top are the garlic?
Yeah, it's fried garlic, and then it's also blended into the brown mustard, so you get like a double kick.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
and
Steve, you go first. You go in, and I'll handle the conversation here while we get ready to get your reaction from it. It's definitely going to have a strong flavor, I would imagine. There's a little bit of spice. See the corners of his mouth turning upward.
You don't need the titmouse.
You don't need no titmouse.
It's really good.
That should be the quote underneath it on the menu. Steve Morrison says you don't need the titmouse.
You're
I'm going
right.
to try this while you're chatting.
So I'll tell you this. It doesn't have, it has the right amount of kick,
yeah, it's nice and balanced.
It has personality. It's playful, yet in a very restrained way. I would say it's bold, but not in an ostentatious way. It's a hot dog. It is what it is.
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, so you try.
I'm waiting for you guys to try.
I did.
All right.
Did you take something off of that?
No. What I did is I flipped it over. I took all the stuff that was on top, and then I flipped the dog over.
So it's not messy?
So it's not messy, to keep it all contained within the bun. I'm a pro, is what I'm going for here.
Casey's a hot dog pro.
Sometimes when you put too much in a dog, it gets a little messy. And I think the beauty of a hot dog is everything's usually pretty contained.
Listen.
Yeah.
So the thing is that, you're going to believe, they're going to rave on their own friggin' hot dog. It's a damn good hot dog. I love it. So it's really good. What I love is that all the flavors work in concert. And yet allows opportunity for each flavor to take the stage in its own right.
Actually, Chef
It's
Nic,
playful.
I am surprised that the fried garlic is a little more subdued than I thought it would be. I thought it would be really overpowering.
Yeah, it just gives it
garlic
like
flavor.
a little nice texture and like kind of brings out the garlic notes. It's not like over the top.
So I guess when you fry garlic, some of that flavor goes into the oil.
Yeah, it dissipates.
And dissipates. And that's why sometimes if you're going to cook a dish, you just put a little garlic in the oil and it flavors that oil.
Yep.
So it takes some of the flavor away. Wow. Okay. That's great.
And this is a veggie dog version
That's
of
a veggie
it?
dog version for
Yeah,
you.
so I get to
We
try.
got you covered.
What are your veggie dogs made of?
Titmouse.
It's a soy based like vegetable protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. We had over the weekend a friend of ours stayed with us who is vegan, so we cooked some vegan stuff. I made for the first time ever vegan scrambled eggs, which is tofu
Okay.
with tahini
How
and
did
a whole
they come
bunch. They were good.
I tell you what, the amount of stuff that's happening, as I'm readapting my diet recently and just changing different things, and the stuff that's available, that is, that's a different tastes and different like sugar alternatives and things like that. It's amazing what's out there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
This is a damn good hot dog.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm
Did you finish yours?
More happy than no, I'm not going to eat it all right now, but Case, what's your
Dude, I loved it. I love the texture of the fried garlic that added so it's more than just the dog, but like everything.
Would you call it impetuous?
I don't know what that means, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Everything worked
Not
in concert.
impetuous, taciturn.
Taciturn, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, everything worked in concert with one another. I don't think any of the flavors or textures were working against each other.
I'll tell you this, there's one person in this room who I would give the absolute pantheon of hot dog criticism. It's Casey.
Yeah.
He's lived his life the hot dog way.
Yeah.
The same way that the samurai have a Bushido.
Well,
Casey has a hot dog philosophy to life.
I almost didn't want to eat any today because I've already reached my hot dog quota for the month. Like
yeah.
I went hot dog crazy over the weekend.
Okay.
But this was fantastic.
Awesome.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 hot dogs. Can I get my card punched?
Yeah, right.
Nice. You're working on getting that done. You can do that through the Dog Days of Summer with Royal Tavern as well. And in fact, Nick, there's a design your own dog best in show contest as well, right?
Yep, there's a link to that on our Instagram account, which is just Royal Tavern. We're taking submissions till the end of the week, and pretty much if you want your hot dog on the menu, you have an opportunity to do it. So we'll pick 4 finalists in each of the cooking categories.
Okay.
And then on the last week of the hot dog month, we put it up to a public vote to see who actually makes it on there.
All right. So you guys get the first pass, and then the public decides which one's going on.
Capture this moment, Marissa.
I love it.
As I finish
Yes.
the Preston Steve hot dog.
I love it. Well, we are honored to be a part of your celebrations for summer, man.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, of course. I love this. So stop by and get your dog, your Preston Steve dog, and they'll be served until when?
These will go until the end of the week on Sunday, and then it'll make a return on the last day of the month on the Friday, where we're going to do a big hot dog blowout menu with a bunch of like barbecue sides and bring back all the dogs from the month for the last day.
All right.
By the way, the quality of the hot dog itself comes through.
Yeah.
Just the hot dog.
And I brought a bunch of them for you guys to take home with you too.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll spread the word about this and send people over to try the Preston Steve dog. Thank you for everything, man.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. That's it for Chef Nick, everybody, from Royal Tavern, our first ever official hot dog of after all these years.
All right, so the best hot dog, the best pickle, unbelievable.
Yeah.
What our hands touch ends up being the best.
You're slowly taking
And
over.
that doesn't sound too self-aggrandizing.
Midas of radio, if you will. All right. Speaking of that, there was something about hot dogs that I noticed actually over the weekend that I thought would make this appropriate. Yes.
That's right. The noticer doesn't just notice everything. He notices anything.
So Joey Chestnut reclaimed his place atop the competitive eating world by winning the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest.
Is there a question at this point?
That's his 18th time.
Yeah.
And he ate 66 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. 66.
So
and buns.
And how many?
In 10 minutes. That's insane.
There's not one scintilla of joy involved in this process. They wet it down. They just make it a mushy mess. That's what these competitors do, and they shove it down their throats.
Yep.
It's like it reminds most people of their wedding nights.
So he said that the 90-degree heat made this year's competition more challenging, but he still finished well ahead. So he ate 66. The runner-up, guy named Patrick Bertoletti, ate 51. Like not even anywhere near him.
I mean, I have to wonder, and it's been going on for a long time. There has to be some sort of bad medical aspect of this. To take that amount of food, the way your body chemistry shifts after you eat something. How the hell? What do they do medically to prepare for this? Or do they do?
I know that
anything?
there's a training regimen for sure. I know that he's got a method, and maybe he's just one of those people that's built right to do it.
My perception of hot dogs is so off because they look so unassuming and small. But then I'm used to like seeing these guys eat 60, but then somebody can't eat 9 in
Dollar
a game.
Dog Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I can't do it. No way.
Nah.
So he's got some kind of physical abnormality, for lack of a better term.
Or that he's just trained his body or made his esophagus inert, or I don't know what the hell it is, but he's basically just a hole that he pours hot dogs down.
I'll tell you what, I can't really watch this. It really grosses me out.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's not the shoving in the mouth thing. It's just the idea of being that full just makes me go, ugh.
I agree 100%.
You know?
Yet I can watch countless hours of people shoving billiard balls in their butt.
Right, right. That doesn't bother me at all.
Does
but
that
this
make
one,
me complex?
Makes me squeamish.
Yeah.
Send me that link, by the way. On the women's side, Miki Sudo captured her 12th title. She ate 38.75 hot dogs and buns, continuing her own run as one of the event's most dominant champions. So I'm not familiar with her, but apparently she's won 12
I understand
times.
she was Miss Popularity in high school.
Wow. But that's huge. So, yeah, they got that underway. They did it, and it is in the books now.
What do you think listen, is there anything you could come close to, that you could just consume on a ridiculous level?
No, I've never been eat voluminous amounts.
There's nothing
type of person.
I'll tell you what can get away from me, and I think it might be the same for you. Ice cream.
Yeah, but it's not a lot. I mean, I like to, but it's the room that I have in there.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of being full.
I think never-ending pasta dish I could do, and I also have a really weird perception that I think I could eat a whole Lorenzo's pizza.
Yeah. Oh, geez, no.
Yeah, I don't think you could.
No,
I'm just saying, that's where
It feels like you could, right?
It feels like I could.
I once thought I could fly. It turns out I could not.
Got to try once, though, right?
my son Carter can down a bunch of food. I've seen him. He entered a watermelon eating contest, just killed everybody in it. And I remember one time he had already eaten an app and this and that and so on, and then he got this big plate of food. And my buddy Will goes to him. We're out to dinner. He's like, there's no way you're going to be finished that. And without missing a beat, he just turns and goes, "Watch me."
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Do you think he could eat the old 96er?
The old
Yeah.
96er. All that fat and gristle, too.
I actually just watched that over the weekend from the Great Outdoors.
Yep.
Steve, I'm a grazer, meaning I can't eat a lot in one sitting normally, but I'll eat all day.
I know what you're saying. The notion of
Like-
sitting down in front of a voluminous amount of food and going, I'm going to sock this away. And pasta, Marissa, pasta is one of your eyes are always way bigger than your stomach because the second you start eating pasta, it's like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm going to go to Megan, has a friend who's a competitive eater. Hi, Megan. You're on the air. Good morning.
You guys rock.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So you know somebody who does this stuff regularly, right?
Yes, I do. He's like 100 pounds soaking wet too. It really makes me mad.
A lot of times these champions aren't the really big person that you would think they are. I've heard actually if you're too big, it can actually work against you.
Yes, yeah.
As far as eating in this way. All right. So is this person trained to get ready for these competitions?
Yep. So he travels around the country doing restaurant food challenges, basically.
Oh.
You can eat this in 10 minutes, it's free. You can eat this, it's free. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he has a YouTube channel for it. So Josh the Goat, I think he last uploaded a year ago because he took some time off to spend time with his kid.
I stopped eating to spend time with my kids.
But basically, the day before, he ate 1,000 calories, like almost nothing, and it was all greens and it was all healthy stuff. And then proteins. He ate I've never seen a man just eat a bare piece of chicken before with nothing else.
I've eaten a bare piece of chicken. No, I mean, we're talking tremendous amounts of this food, correct? I mean, at a certain point, has he ever talked to you or said that he's had any sort of medical ramifications from doing this?
No, he hasn't. That's the bizarre part, is that you get sick afterwards, right? You throw up, and he said absolutely not. It's just one of those things where the next day or two, he's just fine. He just doesn't need to eat.
He doesn't eat.
No, and the next day or two, he's taking a crap.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be gone for a few days.
Wow. All right, so Josh
Just
the
drink
Goat.
water and make sure that everything else is good. And I think he's been to the doctor maybe twice.
Yeah, we're looking at his YouTube account. He's done everything from a Goliath pizza to Monster 4.5 pound cheesesteak challenge
Yeah, but look at him. He's so
So, as Preston said, a lot of these guys who are the real champions in competitive eating are slight. They're not big guys.
Yep.
So yeah, no, he definitely. We were around when he started doing this, and we said, "You're going to kill yourself," and he said, "No, I got a strategy."
Okay,
yeah, I got a strategy.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you, Megan. We appreciate it. We'll make sure we check out Josh the Goat. Thanks for the call. Was it Kobayashi was the one we had him on? He's a small guy,
tiny.
Yeah,
he was great, man.
Yeah, and he was one of the champions for a while.
What happened to him?
I don't know.
He wasn't in that contest, was he? The
No,
Nathan's
I don't
contest?
think so. I haven't seen his name pop up in a little while. Not really sure. All right. Well, anyhow, Joey Chestnut is the champion again. I did notice some other things.
I noticed you just kept noticing this long holiday weekend.
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing?
Some kind of offbeat things that I came across too.
He says they're offbeat.
Yeah. Self-styled Bigfoot hunter says he now has scientific proof.
Thank God.
That a corpse he found is a real Sasquatch and that its DNA is part human. Charles Stewart.
Yeah.
He goes by Snake the Bigfoot Hunter.
Sounds legit.
First claimed in 2024 that he discovered the decomposing remains of an 8-foot, 300-pound creature in New York's Adirondack Mountains, even displaying the body at a state fair.
I knew there'd be human DNA in it because they've been picking off some of the female campers for years.
You should see this thing, dude. It's stupid. It's
wow.
just
Well, there's proof.
dumb.
We're looking at it. There's proof positive. It's
Look at this.
It's astonishing.
So,
Poor thing clearly died in pain because it's holding its belly.
Like if he actually found a legit thing that looked like this, it would be all the talk of the scientific world.
They'd be all around it. Now, what I believe, Preston, judging by this dead Bigfoot's hand on his stomach, is that he died competing in some sort of hot dog eating contest.
Maybe that was it. He now says a DNA test came back showing the specimen is 58.5% Neanderthal and 41.5% human, which he argues proves that Bigfoot is not an ape, but an unknown human relative.
That's crazy. Is it 7% dry cleaner?
He claims that the testing was done through Cornell's veterinary DNA lab and that the creature was in its late teens or early 20s, and also warns that there are likely more of them out there.
No!
Experts are deeply skeptical, and one veteran Bigfoot researcher has flat out called Stewart a hoaxer, noting such dramatic claims have surfaced many times before without ever holding
Listen,
up.
I'm a certified Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah.
I think this guy is a complete ass.
Isn't this guy embarrassed?
I mean, really, we were with the caucus of 7 of the world's most renowned Bigfoot hunters, and we think this guy's a jerk-off.
It reminds me of when they found aliens. Do you remember that?
I remember, yes.
And they brought them in for an inspection, and we
then-
saw the pictures, and we're like, "Are you serious?"
They were the worst sort of hand-carved alien. You'd find them like in the souvenir shop at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, and the one that I loved was the one that was supposed to be the. Was it a woolly mammoth or? It looked like a wet carpet with a shower nozzle.
Oh, really?
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to see that one.
Do you guys want to get him on the show?
Oh my God, I don't know if I can handle it.
Nah, we can't entertain.
I think it's just a little too. I get it. I like the people that legitimately believe it. This guy's trying to.
He's a hoaxer.
Yeah, he's a hoaxer.
He's not a
trying to pull
legitimate
fast one.
Yeti hunter.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, you've heard the more renowned Bigfoot hunters. They're dismissing him as just ridiculous.
Yep. So don't fall for it, folks.
No.
Charles Stewart, Snake the Bigfoot Hunter.
Vet your big feet.
Please do. All right, here's another thing I noticed. And this is, like I said, I noticed some pretty weird stuff this weekend.
I like it, though.
Conspiracy theorists are all over the place, everywhere. And they can pretty much find a conspiracy in anything. Dolly Parton is the latest.
Oh, no.
And is
she a Bigfoot?
I had mentioned earlier that she made an Instagram video thanking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce for their $2 million donation to her Imagination Library. And in the video, along with expressing her gratitude, she also cracked a joke along the lines of saying, since they're in such a giving mood, maybe she'll give, Taylor will give their firstborn child to her. So a few people have felt that Dolly is a Satanist because she said this.
Oh, man.
Or maybe even a member of the Illuminati or both. And if you watch the video, at one point, Dolly's hand goes into what some people say is the devil horn symbol. So,
okay.
Like this.
Like the rock and roll.
And somebody had posted, when you have your firstborn, can I have it? While throwing the ball hand sign.
So I can drink its blood.
And some
I'm working 9 to 5 to eat your baby. All hail Satan.
And someone else said, this psycho just did devil horns with her hand when she said, when you have your firstborn. So they are kicking around the idea that yes, Dolly Parton
Dollywood is the gateway to hell.
is a Satanist and wants to eat Travis and Taylor's firstborn child.
Now, there are legitimate Dolly Parton Satanist researchers. And this sounds like a bunch of BS.
Oh, my God.
All right, so speaking of conspiracy theories, we've talked about the Mandela effect.
Yes.
Where we all collectively remember something differently, whether it be the spelling of the Berenstain Bears or whether or not the Monopoly guy has a monocle or whatever. When I ask you guys something,
Okay.
in the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka movie,
Does Mandela appear in it?
does he?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, no. When Grandpa Joe or Uncle Joe or whatever the freak his name is, and everybody, and they're in their hovel of a house, and they get that one candy bar, and they give it to Charlie, and he opens it to see if there's a golden ticket in there, and there's not. What do you recall him eating? When he opens the candy bar?
A baby.
Legit answers only.
Okay.
What do I recall him eating? The candy bar.
Okay. It was just a regular chocolate bar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a moon pie.
So it's like it's something else from the line of candy that was available.
And I remember
You saying
him
they got into the factory on a lie?
Yeah. No, I think we all collectively sort of remember him biting into just a regular chocolate bar.
Yeah. At
and-
some point he does, but maybe it's a different scene. Oh, are they looking to find it for us?
Yeah, possibly.
Go ahead.
I did watch it, and Grandpa Joe spends his smoking money, his cigarette money, on another candy bar later that evening.
Oh, okay.
And that's
I'm
where
using
the
that
golden
money
ticket
for
comes
hash. I noticed that in the scene, if you look closely in the back to the left, Preston, there are 2 FBI snipers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Back into the left. Did this recently surface or something?
It just recently surfaced, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
You know
love this.
who first brought it to my attention? Stevie Wonder, who's not blind.
That's right.
Right.
No, I love these Mandela effects. Every single one. Like I'm like, yeah, that dude. Especially with like Berenstain Bears or the Monopoly guy or whatever. But this last one,
Right.
That I'm like, to be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember the specificity of this scene and what you're talking
It's
about.
such a small detail that I think I overlooked it all these years. I still swear that there's a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo.
There's a cornucopia. There is, isn't there?
No.
Oh,
Mandela
it's
effect.
just
There's
a fruit?
Just the fruit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought there was a cornucopia associated with Fruit of the Loom.
I thought Willy Wonka was on Fruit of the Loom.
All right, well, this video is playing. It's taking too long. I can't get to the scene,
Let's
so
move on.
we'll do it another time.
So pretty much, this guy puts his original VHS in the player, and the one that the family buys him is like a moon pie, but
Right.
the one that Grandpa Joe buys him later is the candy bar.
All right, so we're getting to the clip now.
I gotcha.
And what it looks like is he's holding a moon pie.
All right, well, we're moving on, folks.
That's cigarette money.
Another thing I noticed and thought was worth mentioning. So, AI actor Tilly Norwood, it's a character, is set to take on her first leading role in a feature film. It's called Misaligned, a comedy drama from Eline van den Velden. Okay.
Van den Velden?
Yeah. That explores identity and artificial intelligence within the surreal Tillyverse.
Oh, the Tillyverse.
Describing the project, Van den Velden, Tilly's creator, said the film will absolutely be funny, chaotic, and self-aware. Very Tilly.
It absolutely will. And anyone who knows the artificial human Tilly will love it. I have no desire whatsoever to see this. Do you have any desire to see this?
No, not really.
Listen, but the question would be, so why are we calling it's an animated movie? It's a computer. It's a It's like a Pixar movie.
But I guess the actor will act on its own. I mean, this is artificial intelligence,
It's
right?
going to be doing. It's going to. There's a script to the movie. What makes him any different than her? Any different than Buzz Lightyear?
Well, so my question is does this artificial intelligence though? You essentially direct it, and it can choose how it wants to portray things.
How it reads the lines.
I'm guessing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But what it's doing is it's accessing other ways that actors have read similar lines.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Sure.
yeah.
do. But
that's what we all do, kinda. I mean, but this will. I don't know.
We're all Buzz Lightyear.
is it all scripted by? Is it all AI?
That's the question. If it's all done in like any one of the countless AI programs from start to finish, possibly.
So I've gotten just the surface of this stuff. And I guess AI will gather a whole bunch of information, like it'll gather movies and TV shows, scrape it, and then it teaches the characters that it generates how to act, right?
Well,
guys,
teaches in a very fanciful way. It's simply porting the data over and then reconstructing it.
I don't know what to do with this information, but we have been scraped to teach people how to do radio.
Okay.
Like our YouTube videos. Like we put up our show on YouTube every day, and somehow somebody found that our radio show is out there to teach AI how to do radio.
I'm not
So
following.
in the
I don't
same
know
way.
what you mean.
So if like Hollywood movies are out there and you teach an AI generated
Sure.
character to do movies, they are using our radio show to teach it how to do radio.
Sure, along with
countless other radio
thousands of other sources out there that are available. So I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're all part of its learning process, I guess, if it accesses us. Tilly's creator said the film, like I said, will be funny. And it says, yes, it added that there's something deeper about identity, performance, and our very human fears around AI. And yes, art will most definitely be imitating life. She also emphasized her company called Particle 6 is committed to helping industry professionals adapt to the AI landscape. The misaligned synopsis starts with a sexy dark web robot who begins developing desires, impulses, and ambitions of her own. And as her humanity grows, the more famous she gets, and significantly, Tilly begins to develop shame that her very being has been built on the whole of humanity.
There's nothing about this that sounds even remotely interesting to me. It's like I would, okay, market it, but it's to me it's an animated movie.
Yeah, I will. But here's the question: will everything be animated in it, or just her?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea how they're planning on.
Is it going to be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or is it going to be?
Yeah, it's a good question. Don't really
Pixar.
know. All right, but that's underway. So it's Tilly Norwood. Misaligned is what it's going to be called.
Eat it, Tilly.
All right. Notice this other thing. This might be kind of fun to discuss real quick. Do we have
Something more to notice?
Yeah, we got something more to notice.
We had hot dogs at the beginning, so we ate up some time.
We have an announcement coming up here. I probably should have started with that of this one, but this source, the source was Your Tango, and they have the list of things that both Boomers and Gen Z find annoying.
Okay,
so that they agree on. It's
so
usually
I'm a boomer.
It's usually one or the other. Boomers hate this, and Gen Z loves this, or Gen Z hates this, and Boomers that love that.
I'll tell you right off the bat, what I hate more than anything else are fake Bigfoot.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on
Pisses
that.
me off.
So these are habits, behaviors, and everyday annoyances that both baby boomers and Gen Z can't stand. Here we go. QR codes at restaurants are annoying.
Well, when QR codes are used for a while during COVID, and then it carried on a little bit after that, the menu, to get the menu, just, scan the QR code. I want a menu.
Yeah.
I want a physical menu.
Yeah, that's what I think is the common grievance. Number 2, people need to stop sharing everything online.
Agreed.
Some of these are old arguments or old grievances. Number 3, here's the one. This is it for me. Everything is a trend nowadays.
Yes.
Everything. So much so that it's almost that nothing is a trend.
I could not agree more.
Yep.
If when everything is the new thing, nothing is the new thing. All things are the old things.
Yeah, and I think more so like if a trend is happening and you're unaware of it, that like for some reason
Does it make a sound?
Well, no. I've done something wrong because I didn't know that this was a thing.
No, you've done something right
Yeah.
because you're not swept up in the bull crap.
You know what I was thinking about yesterday? You know what I miss? Actual viral videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll tell me that something went viral and I had no idea that it happened. So
because it lasted
didn't
a day.
reach me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it lasted a half hour or it lasted just for this very small segment and group. To them, it was viral.
It's like a mosquito fart.
There was one I was thinking about specifically, and I was like, man, that was so great when that happened. And it didn't last long. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what the specifics were, but it was something that made me a chuckle and kind of gave me a chuckle and kind of reminisce about how great when videos were actually viral.
Remember like Startled Groundhog?
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
Yeah.
It's up on our screen right now.
So I mean, that everyone loved that.
Yeah. Yep. Here goes another one. There are too many apps. That's been around for a while.
Yeah, but like I'm a little bit more okay with apps because now I get like free stuff as a result. You know? Like I used to be like anti get an app, but if I'm going somewhere, if I'm going to go to Chipotle, then I'm going to get the Chipotle app. I'm going to get some Chipotle points.
Yeah,
you know.
You go frequently to Chipotle.
Yeah,
if
that's what I'm saying.
If you're
If I go
stopping into a
live.
place called Buford's Gum Hut or whatever, you're not going to put on an app.
That's not going to happen,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, but if I'm going somewhere with any sort of regularity, I'm like, okay, I should just get the app and accrue the points, and every now and then I get a free drink.
Yeah, I wish with the MMR app, we were more like, hey, you can take us everywhere.
Yeah, and
all
get
the time.
free radio.
And get free radio all the time. Free music. They don't have to pick out yourself.
Tipping culture has gotten out of hand. That's true. For
yeah.
sure. You know, when you're asked to tip, when that was never a tipping
When like
moment.
service isn't service, it's just the person's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're just at the counter and then they flip the little thing, I'm like, oh, good, you flipped the thing. 0. Well, there you go.
$15 bagels. the other
Not
day.
you, Steve. You're an over tipper.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. But I do see, though, in some cases where there's just like, really, this is okay, where they're forcing a tip in a situation where it was really kind of very linear and there really wasn't anything excessive about what you did. Listen, I get.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. If the person owns the kiosk or whatever and they're, it's their own business.
Yeah.
And you handed me a package, okay. I don't know. I'm not. I do like to, I understand that people will make a lot of their income off the tipping, but at some point it does become excessive.
I'm curious because we had all the people from, all overseas coming here for World Cup, and we are a tipping culture in a lot of those, especially the European countries, as far as I understand. They're not a tipping.
No, in fact, in some countries, they will take it as an insult.
Yeah.
Because they do a living wage.
Yeah,
Then
right.
that's not our culture and our way.
But I want to know how they adapted here because they seem to love Wawa and Walmart, but did they not tip?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody will take a peek into that and find out. I would be curious to know that. All right, just a couple more quick things. It's impossible to find the things you want in brick and mortar stores.
Oh my God, this.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. I just want to go out and buy things. And most things you have to order online. It bothers me. And there's only a couple big box stores now where you can get certain things.
Yeah, where you can count on they have a large volume of inventory.
Yes.
And I'll probably find what I'm looking for there.
I want to shop small. I want to shop small businesses, but not everybody has everything.
Another thing that both boomers and Gen Z find annoying is the obsession with wellness has gone too far.
Whatever happened with being okay with being sick?
Nah, but I mean overdoing it. You know what I mean? There's some, and especially some people dabble into, they just kind of make stuff up. You know what I mean?
Well,
on
I
occasion.
subscribe to a notion that one hot dog in the morning and you're good to go.
Yeah, especially the Preston Steve dog.
Well,
Right,
now,
try
like, everybody's an influencer now. And so people are going on the gram or TikTok with their little whatever, whether it be a workout regimen or, had the increase your macros or get your protein. But like, what are you
qualified?
Are you qualified nutritionist or are you just, somebody with a camera and editing software?
I don't mind people who say, hey, this worked for me, by the way.
Right.
Will it work for everyone? I don't really know, but I'll share with you what worked for me.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But then if a lot of facts are being thrown out that they're not qualified to share, then it's like, Not a good idea.
Yeah. So listen, my son, his friends were at the beach house, and not to get into all the details, but the one kid was taking this supplement. And I was like, hey, you talking to anybody about this? You know, it's an 18-year-old kid. Like, I'm like, are you just getting this off of the internet? And he's like, no, my mom told me. I was like, okay, where's she getting her information? You know, like, I'm not telling you to not do this, but I'm like.
Your mother's a liar.
Well, no, but like, I honestly, like, I wouldn't take a peptide unless Dr. Mike was like, yeah, I think you should take peptides. I wouldn't take testosterone unless Dr. Mike was like, hey, I think you know, your T is low. You should probably take some testosterone. Like, I wouldn't do any of that stuff if I didn't consult a physician first.
Steve, what if somebody called his mom a whore?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Be nice.
What if someone says your mother should be taking peptides? Should she?
All right, and then the last thing is that things aren't built to last anymore. That's one of the grievances that both boomers and Gen Z find annoying. So that's a bit of a blanket statement, but.
It is, but my washing machine broke in less than 5 years, and that pisses me right off. So that's why I went to Ray's Appliances, and I said, hey, you know, I'm like, listen, and, you know, they have smart washers, and I don't need that. Just give me something with a little dial on it, you know.
The new ones have a peptide cycle.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Anyhow, that's all I noticed. Actually, I noticed more, but we just don't have time for me to notice these other things. I did notice this. We have an announcement to make.
It's a major announcement coming up.
When we get back, we will do that as well as stories from the Bizarre File. There was some crazy stuff, as you would imagine. Any holiday weekend that comes along, the Bizarre File gets fired up. So we'll share those along with you. And we got a number of guests. I'll tell you about them when we return too. Stay with us. To me that she wished that her acne would go away. Aww. And I, of course, had no training, and I was a dumb 22-year-old, and I told her that it would go away on its own. And I don't know if I traumatized her or helped her or not. Aww.
I think there was a documentary about mall Santas, and there was a woman who ran basically a school for, you know, how to interact with kids. It was the sweetest thing because they will get a kid who maybe have a situation like, can you make the acne go away? Can you get mommy and daddy back together again? Yeah. And if you're sitting there in the mall, you've got to address that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful. It's just such a magical thing.
Yeah.
I saw a really sweet video yesterday, and it was at Universal Studios in California, and you can meet the Grinch, and of course they have great actors at these parks. And there's a guy playing a Grinch, and this little girl comes up, and he's going, "Oh, you've been waiting your whole life to meet me," you know, and say this, and she just looks up at him and goes, "Hola." And he goes, "Oh, no hablo inglés." And he goes into fluent Spanish, and the girl just lights up.
Don't you just want to? Oh, it's like the scene in Miracle on 34th Street with the deaf girl.
Oh my God!
Tell me that doesn't kill you.
Okay, so I've seen that post several times that they go. It was Richard Burton who played the Santa Claus?
No, it was Richard Attenborough.
Sorry, Attenborough. Yeah. But they say in the posts I've seen several times, it's like. The actress is deaf, and she didn't know that Richard Attenborough was going to sign back to her.
Right, yeah.
And that her reaction is real. I don't think that's legit.
It may not be.
Because it's a movie.
Yeah,
you know, they've prepared for all of this stuff.
Because what if she signed what the F?
Yeah. But maybe... I don't know. It seems too good to be true.
So in the original, the girl speaks German or something. Yeah.
Claus.
And what do you want for Christmas? This isn't playing the way we wanted.
Und easy bake oven.
An Ohio man was recently arrested for sending a baggie of methamphetamine through a bank's drive-through pneumatic tube system. Jason G. Smith was booked on drug-related charges earlier this week. We just had a story about a week ago of a guy sent a burning cigar in through one of those tubes. This incident occurred at a bank just east of Columbus. On the day in question, a bank employee called deputies to report finding a crystal-like substance consistent with methamphetamine in a baggie that accompanied a transaction sent through one of the bank's air tubes.
He looked like he could use a little meth.
Subsequent testing determined the substance in the small bag was, in fact, methamphetamine. Over the course of the ensuing investigation, authorities determined the defendant had inadvertently sent the package to the bank through the drive-thru.
Perhaps the bank has a Christmas meth club.
He was located nearby with the use of a police dog. They recovered additional suspected drugs and drug-related items from his truck, and they transported him to the county jail.
You want to willpower your way through like better mental health, listen, mental health is mental health, but mental well-being. You set a foundation, set your alarm a little bit earlier, get up, meditate, maybe read some positive literature, things along those lines.
Rub one out.
I think that helps. I think that, and then you take a little nappy poo afterwards.
To start? That's like midday, right?
Rub one out?
Yeah, why not?
There are a few different ways you can do it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's beautiful if the sun's rising through the window.
It's funny because, I talk to a lot of these people, and, I'm talking like, people that I've met in like 12-step programs and stuff, and this is their foundation. They get up, they have a cup of coffee, and they read some literature, and they get a good foundation. They surround themselves with positive people, right? Yeah. And I sit there and I listen to us. I'm like, I already get up at 4:30. I can't get up any earlier to read this sort of stuff. So I have to figure out what sort of foundation would work best for me to set my mental well-being for the rest of the day.
I get up at 3:30 and I read poetry and I have my cup of coffee and I meditate and I rub one out.
No, you. I rub one out while I'm meditating. That's what I do.
Instead of a mantra.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody is right now while they're listening to us?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Hey there. How you doing?
I wonder if someone. I know I'm going down this path, but I wonder if someone uses
us,
the show,
as sexual stimulant.
Listen, weirder things have happened. You've seen Pornhub.
This is true.
Yeah, there's people who get off on Rumspringa.
I don't know, man.
All right. Anyway,
how do I put this back on track?
610-663.
No, don't call in now. We're good.
I saw a video yesterday, and it looked great for a moment, and it was think of a piece of grid paper, and the person was filling in with colors what their anxiety level was every single day of the year, if they worked out, if there was a rest day, and it was great for one flip, and then she kept flipping and flipping and flipping, and she would have spent 10 or 15 minutes of her day just classifying what that day was to her.
That's too much work.
That becomes that very act of doing that, Marissa, would prove stressful to me.
Oh my gosh.
So again, I think you and I kind of do the same sort of thing. We pick our things, we're very habitual.
Yeah.
Any deviation from routine can be very alarming. So I try to get a little better with that. But, I always say, to people, do what's comfortable in a smaller way. Like, you see the people, as we talk about many times in January, we're sitting there with the salad without any dressing or anything on, and I'm going to eat cardboard, I'm going to lose weight, and whatever. Do something. Cut back on one thing.
Right.
Eat at a different time. You don't have to slam yourself.
A January 1st or January 2nd complete abrupt halt and change
not
into
work.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Right? So take a tip from What About Bob and just take baby steps, right? If you have this goal of what you want to be or achieve, then give yourself some time to get there.
And January 1st, you say, I'm going to rub 5 out. Rub 1 out.
Rub 1 out.
All right, and then we'll do one more story, and we will wrap it up. You hear about this every now and then. A live hand grenade was discovered inside a donation bin at a Goodwill store in Florida. And this wasn't a replica. This is a real deal. Authorities immediately secured the scene, and they evacuated the Goodwill. The device was then safely retrieved and remotely detonated in a secure location by the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office bomb squad.
We can't take stuffed animals or hand grenades.
The explosive appeared to be a donated item. An employee discovered it in a bin near the donation door. And it's not the first time such a weapon has been found at a Goodwill in Florida. In 2018, several grenades were discovered after being donated to a Goodwill store in Jacksonville. The police department said, "We want to remind the community to thoroughly check all items before donating, ensuring that hazardous items such as explosives, firearms, or ammunition are not accidentally included."
My Goodwill has a box for bazookas.
They said, if you ever locate something that appears to be a hand grenade or other explosive device, do not touch or handle it, please.
Honey, are we using this hand grenade or can I give it to Goodwill?
Pierre Robert is here. Hey, man.
Hey, Tommy.
Nice to see you. He called me. So we were backstage at the 40th anniversary of a Live Aid event, and Pierre's walking around. He's going to be one of the hosts of this, and I hear him go, "All right, get ready, Tommy." And I didn't know he was talking to me. And he was referencing Tommy Tom Thompson. I was like, yes. And in fact, he brought it up during his intro on stage.
I think we have a little clip of my intro. Do we hit Casey that Ryan sent over from, you already talked about the event, but it was one of the great honors of my life to introduce you.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. The honor was all mine. Here it is.
But to relive the reunion part right now, we would like to do a Led Zeppelin song and to bring a certain gentleman on from our WMMR morning show. He happens to be a great guy, first of all. Intelligent, wild, powerful, and he and Preston, or he is Preston, but he and Steve make for a wonderful combination on our show and have for a number of years. They're 20 years with us at MMR and even more than that in Philly. And it's an incredible live and local morning show that cares about the community, does food drives. By the way, sorry to interrupt, but one other thing, this is a benefit for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
You interrupted yourself, didn't you?
I interrupted myself, and of course, it took me forever to get around to the introduction, but I'll get there. Stay with me.
Money, we'll go there. Martha has suffered from both of those illnesses, and that's why they wanted to make this, and she has recovered from them. God bless her. So there is hope. There's hope to feed the world. There's hope to cure illnesses when you come together. But at any rate, Preston Steve do the blood drive, they do the food drive, they do so much for the community. But Preston also happens to be an incredible drummer. And Steel Panther, the mock heavy metal band, nicknamed him Tommy Thompson. And he is going to take the drums for this first song. So ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the Led Zeppelin portion of Live Aid 40 years ago today, it was right about this time, maybe a touch earlier. Let us welcome Preston, Elliott, and the band to celebrate Led Zeppelin. Tommy.
Go get him, Tommy.
Tommy.
My big intro. And I got to plug PJ Brown, the singer.
Oh, my God.
How great was she?
So, I mean, I think you played a little clip of the sound of it earlier, because it was, you know the song Rock and Roll from Led Zeppelin 4.
Yes.
Everybody knows it, and that drum intro. But it was how would you describe it?
So we did a blues shuffle. We slowed it down, and we did a blues shuffle, which is more of a swing feel to it, but with a bluesy progression, because that's the origin of a lot of Led Zeppelin, and actually the European, the English explosion of rock music was R&B based, and we were backstage talking to PJ about that.
Right.
So we slowed it down. We brought it back to the roots. I'll play a little bit of it here real quick. So. So it was done in that style.
I love that.
Really cool. There was and I didn't catch everybody's name, but there was a trombone player who took a solo during that song, and it was great, man.
I was coming. I was inside. I went back for 1 second, then came back out, and I go, "Am I hearing a trombone?"
Yeah.
During rock and roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is said that it took the British artist to show America its own roots in terms of celebrating, the Willie Dixons and the Muddy Waters, and on and on and on. So many artists that created that black sound, the R&B sound, the jazz, the blues, the rhythm, all of that, which is the backbone of rock and roll.
Yeah, most definitely.
And all those British bands embraced it, and Zeppelin particularly. So, but hearing that version of it, and you just nailed it. I might
Thanks,
add.
man.
So, that was
Thanks.
cool.
I had one run through with those guys beforehand, and then we went and played it. But.
And then we were sitting backstage, and I have a picture. I think I just sent it over to Sarah to post. And Preston is sitting on the couch backstage and talking to PJ, and he said, "I think I need what was it, a bourbon?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Yeah, I think I need some whiskey. And I watched with great interest as you went to the bottles that were available backstage, a little ice in the glass, and poured yourself a nice one and sat down and had a lovely chat with PJ. She's incredibly nice.
Yeah.
There's a nice picture of her and you and me and the other lady, Paula.
Paula Holloway,
who used to sing with
Patti LaBelle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And did a wicked version of Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, it brought the house down.
It really did.
And in fact, PJ said, I didn't know you were going on before me. We're both amazing singers. So it was a great night. And I think over $25,000 raised for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Thank you to Victor Fiorello for putting that whole thing together. Unfortunately, he couldn't play because he was sick.
Isn't that the wildest?
Yeah.
But, he did a great job. I was curious, would people come out? It was a lot of really cool and talented Philly musicians, but they were not known, in the community as much as some other local musicians. So I'm going, all right, will people come out? And it was packed.
It was packed.
I love to hear that. That's great.
And it's like a small electric factory. And it's just a great place to see a show, too.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. It is like the old electric factory, but a little bit smaller. I love it. All right, here's a follow-up story. Police say they recovered a Fabergé egg pendant from a man accused of swallowing the item in a jewelry store.
Yeah.
New Zealand police spent 6 days.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Catch every international soccer match with fellow fans on the giant 52-foot video wall at Sports and Social Inside Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, right in the heart of the Stadium District. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, here's a story in Maryland. In a twist of poetic justice, a man managed to have his own car stolen while he was burglarizing a business right across the street.
Oh, that's awesome.
Police were responding to a stolen vehicle report last Thursday morning where a burglary was reported just minutes later at a Verizon store across the street.
So I'm robbing the Verizon store. I come out to my car. It's gone.
Officers began to connect the dots after noticing blood on the store's window as well as blood on the glasses of the man who reported his vehicle was stolen. When asked to show his hands, they discovered blood on his hand and shirt and placed him in handcuffs. Video posted by the department shows body cam video footage of the man repeatedly denying being at the Verizon store, while surveillance footage allegedly showed him burglarizing it.
What kind of world are we living in?
The suspect was identified as 29-year-old Jalen Goddard and charged with burglary, theft, and destruction of property. Police have yet to release the details about the suspect who stole the alleged burglar's vehicle.
It's ridiculous, officer. Would you like to buy a phone?
A swimmer's bone was left exposed after what lifeguards believed was a shark attack at Jones Beach Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
It chomped on the man's foot at the State Park's Field 6 as the Blue Angels 4th of July holiday air show soared overhead. A lifeguard, Kate Mayo, said that he came running over to our lifeguard stand. His foot was bleeding, and he was saying, I got bit. I don't want to look. And she was sitting on the stand and treated the victim. The wound was a single deep gash that sliced along the man's toes, exposing white bone underneath. Mayo's partner jumped from the stand, wrapped the man's foot in a shirt like a tourniquet, but the blood suddenly started gushing.
Yeah.
She said it was bleeding through the shirt. It was crazy, but these things happen.
Don't the Blue Angels routinely schedule a shark attack to coincide with their flyover?
Just add a little spice to the show. But the man had been swimming at the edge of the green flags, which designate the swimmable areas of the beach. That means he was close to where fishermen set up shop on the shores. EMS responded to the scene, took him to an area hospital where lifeguards expecting him to make a full recovery. The man did not see the shark himself, but another bather told lifeguards that she watched a fin swim away in the seconds after the man was bitten.
Yeah, I just did that.
And based on the wounds, my owner colleagues theorized that baby sand tiger shark may have been to blame.
So it was a baby shark?
Yeah, don't you dare. The attack came while hundreds of bathers were desperately cooling off in the ocean as grueling 100-degree temperatures bore down on the sand.
Now, I assume they had to suck the venom out, right?
Yes, of course. That's what you need to do after a shark attack. Yes. A California pilot was awoken in the middle of the night by a swarm of bats invading his hotel room, only to later realize one of the winged beasts had bitten him.
Oh, man.
Costing him over $100,000 for rabies shots, according to a lawsuit.
So a series of rabies shots can cost $100,000. I find that hard to believe.
No, listen, there's actually a story I have later on concerning anti-venom in a snake bite, and you won't believe the numbers there, too.
Oh, my God.
So
it's not worth being bitten by a bat.
It's just not worth it anymore. The commercial aviator, whose name is being withheld to protect his job, was staying at the Sheraton Denver Downtown Hotel August 29th when in town for a work training project when the incident unfolded. He woke up around 2:30 in the morning to commotion. The pilot notified hotel maintenance staff who removed the pests, but didn't offer to relocate him to another room.
Another room?
He noticed there was a hole in the room's air conditioning unit, which appeared to provide access for the bats to enter the room, so he shoved a towel to close the opening.
Oh, that's horrible.
The exhausted dad finally fell asleep, later woke to see a single bat was still lurking in the room near the top of the window curtains. Animal control was called to remove the last bat. The workers informed the pilot that several of the feigned critters in the area had tested positive for rabies and told him to get treated immediately. He later discovered he had been bitten on his foot and had to get a series of rabies shots near his home in Anaheim, costing him over $100,000 in medical bills. The father was left terrified after getting rabies and leaving behind his wife to be a single mom. The pilot did engage in settlement talks with Sheraton's parent company, Marriott International, but they offered a paltry sum to get him to go away, stating these types of things happen at no one's fault, according to his lawyer.
So funny part of the story is when he walked out into the sunlight to go to his lawyer, he exploded into flames, Preston.
My God.
He had already started to turn.
I actually have 3 rabid bat stories.
Really?
But we only have time for one more.
Should we make this an every Tuesday thing?
So
Rabid Bat Tuesdays?
Listen to this one. A 6-year-old girl is recovering after being bitten by a rabid bat outside her Wisconsin home before her brother killed the animal with a homemade Braveheart-inspired sword.
I told you this would come in handy.
Wait till you hear about this family. Okay, so Cecilia Kale was playing on a tree in the front yard of the family's home last week when the winged mammal attacked her left thigh. The girl's brothers, Nicholas, who is 11, by the way, and Camden, who is 16, then jumped into action to get the bat off of their sister before killing it with a homemade blade, their mother, Elizabeth, said.
We're going to go William Gibson on this bat's ass.
So she said, and here comes Camden, and he's like, no. And he's got the pole, and he just knocks the bat off Cece, and then Nicholas grabs it, and he just starts killing the thing.
I seen it.
Nick made the homemade sword. She said, we love Braveheart. She added that her son made the sword the day of the attack. In the days since, she said that Nicholas has been regularly quoting lines from the 1995 Mel Gibson movie. So let me remind you, Nicholas is 11 years old. He's a big fan of the movie Braveheart.
Why don't you just whip me up one of them Braveheart swords, boy?
Which is one of the most brutally violent movies you've ever seen.
Yeah.
The bat tested positive for rabies, and the family consented to Cece receiving the life-saving shots less than 48 hours after the attack. Even though, Kale said, even though they oppose mandated immunizations, I think it's probably a good idea to get this one. While Kale said the family would have opted for treatment had the bat not been captured and tested, she was grateful for the doctors and the county health officials who patiently explained the treatment plan. Rabies is nearly 100% fatal if left untreated. It is almost certainly non-fatal with a series of 5 shots.
So we assume when they test the bat, it is not a written test, correct?
Right. I don't think that it's, no, I think it's an oral exam, Steve. Kale added that she won't stop her 8 children from enjoying the outdoors despite the local bat population. She said, we want to live out here to give our kids land and homeschool and raise them as they would have in 1850. And to give them that type of lifestyle.
Everyone laughs at us. They pointed at us. I says to them, which one of the kids you're looking at's got a Braveheart sword?
And there you go. That is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning.
Actually, I'd kind of like to have a Braveheart sword.
That thing's huge,
They're pretty
man.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
gigantic.
Can I offer you a Masters of the Universe sword?
Oh, we do have that. I forgot about that. All right, it's time to make an announcement, friends. You're going to mark your calendar. This is a save the date announcement because we're getting fired up to bring to you one of our favorite events of the year. There's a lot of work to it, but it is one of the most satisfying things that we've done in our entire career. So we are proud to announce the dates for the Preston and Steve 2026 Camp Out for Hunger. Yes, here it is, July, and we are letting you know about our Camp Out for Hunger. The dates are November 16th through the 20th in the parking lot at Xfinity Mobile Arena next to the new Stateside Live, which means we're going to have all kinds of new toys to play with while we're out there.
I'm so excited because if you've seen what they've done down there, it's effing amazing.
Yep, and we will, of course, be collecting non-perishable foods and donations to benefit Philabundance.
We had a hell of a camp out last year. We're building on that, and honestly, it's a cool spot to be at this point in time.
Yep. So if you would like to go to WMMR.com/campout, all the information is right there for you. But we would like you to please put that in your calendar now. Maybe set aside that whole week, and that way you can have it blocked out and decide as we get closer what days might be best for you to come by. If you want to come by for all of them, we'd love to have you. And down the road, we'll have information on specific events that we'll have planned.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see if we it all has to do with scheduling. So hopefully we can do another food trucks and fireworks. We haven't had those discussions yet, but if it's coming up, we'll down the road be slotting some dates. I still would like to do a Pinewood Derby event there if we can.
We could
make that happen.
We could. There's a whole bunch of stuff we've been talking about. A lot of things that we've added onto the list.
Yep.
I think also, Preston, for a lot of people, if your company is inclined to give you time off to do stuff for the public, for for say Philabundance, we know Vanguard does that with their employees.
Yeah.
Check into it. We'd love to have you.
Well, that's why getting these dates out as early as possible is really, really important for you to get off of work, or if you are a high school or college student or anything along those lines, and you want to organize your own food drive to bring down to the Camp Out for Hunger. But again, like a lot of these bigger things that we like to do we have to wait for the Flyers and the Sixers to come out with their schedules. Xfinity Mobile Arena has things like I already saw that there is a concert from a band called Somber that's going to be on that Thursday night at Xfinity Mobile Arena. So we have to we kind of have to wait to see what else is going on in that area so we can plan these things that we have become to known as.
And you guys out there are planning a lot as well, too. I get emails all the time, I'm sure you guys do, about how does my business get involved? What can I bring to my boss? Well, on WMMR.com/campout, we have how-to guides. Bring it to your boss, bring it to your employees, and you can get ready to plan your donations and your collections.
And that's part of why we make the announcement this far out, is so that you can organize those and get a game plan together. Mm-hmm. And maybe you want to make a run at the big prizes that we have for largest donations.
Now that it's gotten a little colder, everyone's thinking.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're only getting up to close to 80 degrees today.
So
keep that in mind.
Let that chill in the air, and you're thinking about the holidays.
The how-to guide for schools, businesses, organizations, how to start your food collection. It's all right there. WMMR.com/campout. So set those dates aside. Start making your plans. It's November 16th through the 20th in the parking lot at Xfinity Mobile Arena right next to Stateside Live. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in just a moment. Stay with us. We got a lot to get to today. Every bowel movement of the suspect.
Who pulled that duty, no pun intended.
The $19,000 James Bond Octopussy pendant was recovered from his gastrointestinal tract last Thursday by natural means without requiring medical intervention.
He was having this as a pendant. As you can see, it's covered in poop.
The 32-year-old man, who has not been named by police, has been in custody since he allegedly swallowed the ornate pendant at Partridge Jewelers in the city of Auckland.
One has to imagine that there was a level of pain as that passed through the system.
I think so, right?
I mean, it's an octopus.
He was arrested inside the store minutes after the alleged theft. The photos supplied by police on Friday showed a gloved hand.
Yeah, I'd wear a glove too.
Holding the recovered pendant, which was still attached to a long gold chain with an intact price tag. A spokesperson said the necklace and the man would remain in police custody. Now, do you think this increases the value of this or it depreciates the value of the Fabergé
That is
egg?
a good question because it is passed through someone's excretory system.
It's a story.
It is a story attached to it.
And a lot of times that increases price, but it also had poop on it.
Yeah. Given my druthers, I would go for a fresh one.
So the piece was a limited edition Fabergé egg pendant inspired by the 1983 James Bond film Octopussy. Central to the film plot is a jewel smuggling operation that involves a fake Fabergé egg.
My sweetest love, this very one had poop on it.
The suspect is due to appear in the Auckland District Court on the 8th of December.
So they've been together for a while, haven't they? Yeah.
You said you forgot. I didn't even know. So you can't forget.
I can't.
Can't forget.
Yeah, it's actually close to the taint.
You can't forget something.
There's
that you
the
didn't know
forgot.
to begin with.
I forgot. I totally forgot that. A gun is
like a pajama.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a pajama.
It kind of looks like a squash. Forgot. What were you thinking of?
That could be my favorite flub of 2025. Right at the wire, dude.
So Kyle Steep, Cast Style Kyron.
Yes.
He sent over his last batch of Caseyisms, and he sent me audio of I was talking about the Packers cheerleaders, and apparently they don't even have cheerleaders. And I said I didn't know that it was even the cheerleaders. I thought it was the defensive line.
Defensive.
And you guys had a field day on me saying defensive line.
Because that was your punchline for the, making fun of the cheerleaders. And it is when you are, especially a flub, when you are delivering the line.
Yes.
And you flub that line, it becomes its own thing.
In case I totally forgot that.
I had no idea.
You forgot?
Yeah. We have the Souderton Area High School in this hallway down here. And what I didn't know until just now, as Casey was whispering in my ear, right before they went into the hallway to wait, Casey ripped one of the worst, stinkiest, smelliest farts he's ever had.
No, don't come on me. I went back there out of respect.
He didn't know.
He had no idea.
I went back there to get away from people, and I was by myself, and I did it. And then they paraded them right through it.
I will say this. You have a knack for picking areas that suddenly become hot zones.
Like, come on, man.
You could walk out into the middle of the Bonneville Salt Flats, turn around, and there'd be a Baptist service going on.
That's right. That's right. It's a power he has.
I retract my come
Thank
on.
you.
I'm
And
sorry.
I apologize, choir. All
right.
But I was heating up your vocal cords.
They should add some meat, right?
They got to warm up.
Yeah.
All right. Jennifer Lopez appears to be making a final break from her past with Ben Affleck as fans think she's beginning to remove a tattoo she once dedicated to him. So this is, again, people are speculating this. After their 2022 wedding, she revealed an infinity symbol design on her rib cage intertwined with his name, but a comment on Dumois claims that J-Lo swapped a hummingbird in place of his name.
So she did sort of a modification.
I guess so.
So originally it was a full rib cage tattoo of the Batmobile. Which was kind of outlandish.
Nod to him.
I liked it.
Speculation followed Lopez for months, especially after a series of red carpet appearances where the ink seemed concealed and faded. Her backless AMAs look in May further fueled the belief that the tattoo removal may already be underway.
I don't know what the hell she's doing, but she looks spectacular. And how old is she?
Amazing.
50s?
60.
52 or something?
52.
No, she's not 52. I'm 52. She's got to be. I thought she was pushing 60.
No, I don't think so. Marissa will verify her age here in a moment.
56.
56, all right.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't drink. She probably doesn't eat cheese.
She's
Works out every day.
She doesn't eat cheese.
Yeah.
Do you eat cheese? You will.
Have you heard
Eat that cheese.
Or has it been verified she doesn't eat cheese, or are you just saying that?
I know she doesn't drink.
Okay.
I'm guessing she probably doesn't eat cheese.
Wow, we're looking at a video of her in a bikini dancing, and yeah, her body's in fine form.
Would you feel comfortable in front of a paying audience to get that naked?
I can't wait till the day that I can do that.
Jesus Christ.
If I
shower with my clothes on.
If I had the body, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You'd be doing the show right now naked.
Yes, I would. Most definitely. Pierre Robert is here. How you
Hello.
doing? Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, today's the last of the superheat, right?
Yeah.
That's what we hear. Yeah.
So tomorrow a little bit better, like a cooling trend.
Yeah.
It's almost like Christmas.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just having some eggnog.
Yes, me too. And, and like at Starbucks, they're already doing the pumpkin flavors.
The pumpkin, in anticipation.
You're under the mistletoe.
Oh. What? What are you talking about?
I was just playing along with this stupid theme that you guys were doing. That's all. Sorry, I didn't mean to join in.
I thought. No.
It's summer mistletoe. It's invisible.
It just was so believable when you were saying it.
You were so convincing. I go, is this some bit I've missed? And then I looked up and I didn't see anything. I go, oh, maybe they just have it on the screen.
They've been doing a mistletoe bit. I was unaware of it.
You brought it
channel.
What is Preston talking about?
I swear to God, sometimes he just goes on and on.
He doesn't make any sense sometimes.
It's like horrible diarrhea.
Oh, my God.
What tangent is Presbo on?
I got an idea. How about keeping the show on the rails?
Exactly. And that's why I am here.
Yes, professional.
Tighten it up, baby.
Yeah, man.
All
Working
right.
on it.
Come on, you can do it.
All right. In France, 2 inmates escaped from the Dijon prison detention center's disciplinary wing early Thursday, and they did it after sawing through their cell bars with blades that were believed to have been delivered by drone to the prison.
Aha!
Yeah, the escapees are a 19-year-old under investigation for attempted murder and a 32-year-old accused of threats and aggravated habitual violence against a spouse. The two, who then used blankets to jump the barbed wire fence, were in isolation without contact from the outside world, according to reports. Both are considered to be dangerous.
So if they get captured, they're going to obviously put them into Grey Poupon prison.
I would think
because
so.
That's a stricter security prison.
Yep. The FO Justice Union said that it had been warning for months about deteriorating security at Dijon prison.
You better look out for this.
The union
This is no mustard.
Said, despite our repeated warnings, management has chosen to persist in its total blindness, refusing to see the reality on the ground. The reality on the ground.
What the hell does that mean?
The escape.
Quick, contact the pesto police.
Follows an inmate's fight. Maybe it was intimate. I don't know.
Can I tell you something?
From René Vezine prison last week during an outing to a planetarium. French
The
prisoners
prisoners get to go to a planetarium?
At this particular one, they did, yes.
2 months ago, you got to get it signed by your warden, but we take you out. It'd be a wonderful day.
French prisons hold some 85,000 inmates, far exceeding the official capacity of 62,509 spots.
We didn't count right.
The average occupancy rate is at 135%.
Jeez.
With 29 facilities surpassing 200%.
So it's off to the planetarium.
They have, yeah, exactly. They have an overflow problem.
So we're going to the planetarium, and then we go to the zoo. It's going to be wonderful. If you're there, you have so much fun.
If you tune in to the Today Show this morning and for the near future, Savannah Guthrie will notably be absent. She told viewers Friday that she has felt like Peter Brady these past few weeks and months. She said, some of you have noticed that my voice has been very scratchy and started to scratch a little bit like Peter Brady.
Yeah, and I noticed she had trouble saying pork chops and apples.
There's Peter. She went on to explain that the cause of her throat problems are, she said, I have vocal nodules.
Totally natural, Peter. This is the time in life where you're going to get hair on your balls. What, Dad?
If only they would have shown that on the radio. She had the little music. I don't know if you have any of those available, but when Mr. Brady sits down to tell Peter about the facts of life and so on, you know.
Now, Peter, this is totally natural. It's a natural step in life. Your voice will change, and you're going to be getting hair on your balls.
So
really, Dad?
Yeah. She went on to explain.
Well, I have to shave there too. Well, that's a choice.
That's a choice. So she said, I have vocal nodules.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
I have hair on my balls. I just showed Alice.
Alice was good for all kinds of stuff. You could share things with her, and, you know, she was a very important part of the family.
And she'd make you a sandwich.
And on top of that, a nice sandwich to go with your hairy balls. Kim Kardashian is taking her brand building Bible to masterclass. She's rolling out what she calls the 10 Commandments.
How about Kim shut the F up?
In a brand new course dropping this Thursday.
Wait, she should be doing all this with the holes in her brain?
Yeah.
The
the 7 deadly Kims.
Yeah.
The commandments featured mantras like "You are the product." Define yourself before others do. And before we dive into things, Steve, there's a charity event you wanted to mention.
Yes, thanks, Preston. It's my wife's charity. It's for Max Fund, and I say we because I'm her sous chef and all this stuff, putting this together. It is the return of the Kitten Cuddle, which is next Thursday, July 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. And believe it or not, it's at a Keller Williams Realtor, their office in Wayne, 744 West Lancaster Avenue. And here's the deal. We're going to get a whole bunch of kittens in a room. So think of a sort of pop-up cat cafe meets Central Perk kind of vibe. We're going to be in there. There's a lot of comfortable furniture to hang out and sit on and cuddle kittens. But that's not all that's involved with your ticket price. Ashley Furniture, by the way, dropping off a whole bunch of couches so that you'll be comfortable hanging out there and cuddling these kittens, which are all available for adoption. Harvest Seasonal Grill dropping off all sorts of healthy and wonderful food. Nothing Bunk Cakes, Matthew Allen's Treats, Rosie's Kettle Corn, The Biscuit Lady, Tito's Homemade Vodka, Philadelphia Distilling Company, 2SB Brewing Company, Chadsford Winery, all providing food and libations, adorable kittens, close-up magic with Mike Paldino, a tarot card reader who's pretty cool, Marilyn Sukanik Zeph, I believe is how it's pronounced, live music. Basically, here's the idea. The money being raised is going to go to the homeless and feral cat population in the surrounding areas for TNR and to help make their lives better. That's what Max Fund does. But it's going to be a great evening from 6 to 9. And the ticket price and everything is available if you go to maxfund.com. That's MACSFUND.com. I'll be hitting it some more, but it was a huge success last time. We're not doing the mutiny like we used to do it, in years past. This is the event. It's a little bit more, relaxed, and it's more of a chill vibe. And if you think you could stand being in a room with a whole bunch of adorable kittens crawling all over you, and again, you could actually, if you're pre-approved, you can come to the event if you go to maxfund.com and all the information is there. You can go out, bring a cat carrier with you and adopt a cat right there. Now, we will follow up to make sure that everything is good and the animal is doing well. But it's just a way to clear some of the kittens off the shelves and to provide resources for people who endeavor to make sure the cat population doesn't stay completely out of whack and animals needlessly suffer. So that's next Thursday, July 16th.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Preston.
All right, you got it, man. We'll be sure to mention that again. Obviously, we came off of the holiday weekend. Ridiculous temperatures to deal with during this whole thing, and all of it while these massive celebrations and parties and gatherings were all underway, man.
It couldn't have been a worse confluence of events. I mean, everything from D.C. all around was just getting either canceled or dramatically delayed, as you mentioned, Marissa. The fireworks here went off at what?
The fireworks here went off at 2:30 a.m. At some point, they had to postpone the concert, and then it started again at midnight. Christina Aguilera did not play, but we had the second time arounders here.
Yeah.
They had to cancel the Philadelphia parade.
I believe it.
Yeah, because the heat.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I saw some people in bad shape down at the beach, and that's down by the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw some peaked individuals who were out too much and exposed and not prepared for it.
It wears you down. I think that it was a couple of days. As we found out during the winter, oppressive weather in any long stretch will just kill your ass. So you find yourself just like sitting in a shady seat, in the shade and the seat going, you say like you're in a retirement home.
You know what? You've got a point. We have both ends of the spectrum that we've gotten in 2026.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got nailed with sub-zero, horrible snow conditions, and then we got just absolutely pummeled on the holiday weekend, and just it was gnarly.
Well, the phrase that they kept using, the meteorologists kept describing it as a heat dome.
Yeah.
That's what it was, because I was figuring you guys were going to be a little better off at the shore, but no.
A little bit, but not enough.
No,
it was still bad.
I spent most of the day on the 4th inside, but Preston and I played golf on
the 3rd
Friday.
Because it was cool and wonderful.
And listen, we got off our tea time was like just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
The height of the sun.
Great timing.
So how bad was it?
That was brutal.
It was really, really brutal.
Yeah. It was just constant heat. All, just exposed sun on you for 4 hours.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, every now listen, we tried to find the shade as much as possible when we parked our carts at the, whatever it be the green or the tee box or whatever. But it was me and Preston, my neighbor Joe, and then Who's Lou.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Who's Lou, not that I was keeping count or keeping track of everybody's bowel movements, but Lou is the only one who actually peed at all on the course, and that was at like the second hole. So
Did he actually defecate?
No, there was no bowel movement.
Yeah,
It was just his pee.
but it was just pee-pees. Lou was the only one, and that was in the very, very beginning of the day. So I almost don't count that. But I know me personally, I drank 4 bottles of water and 2 bottles of Gatorade. My Joe was with me in my cart. He drank 2 huge thermoses of water. We just sweated it all out.
Yep. It's the weirdest thing when you're in heat that oppressive. You just don't piss. But you got to bring. You have to bring that liquid in.
Yeah, you got to hydrate. But I didn't make it down to the beach until much later in the afternoon on the actual 4th. And by the time I got down there, it actually wasn't that bad. You had a nice little sea breeze, and I sat under the tent for a little while. Somebody in my house lost our beach umbrellas. So we didn't. Yeah. So my brother ended up renting those beach umbrellas. Yeah, it was like $25 for the day.
Is that what they charge for beach umbrellas?
Yeah, just for a rental.
Wow.
I know. But so they came by at like 5 o'clock. They're like, umbrellas got to go. I was
wow.
Oh man.
Oh, that sucks.
I know.
Well, listen, besides the heat being an issue, holiday weekends always invite something stupid to happen.
Especially this one.
Some type of injury, some type of thing. And we would like to welcome you to share that. And the whole kickoff was actually a story that Ryan told us when we were chatting on the phone last night. By the way, but if you saw someone do something stupid or you yourself did something stupid, share 610-660-9333 because Ryan's got a good one.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call this stupid, but it's quite an interesting accident. So after I got off the air on Saturday, I went over to my buddy's house and they rented this giant inflatable water slide, and it's this giant bald eagle one. It was a lot of fun. They rented it the year before. And,
we're looking at it on the screen here in the studio, Ryan. That is pretty audacious.
Yeah, it was a hit with the neighborhood kids and everybody. So I went to my buddy's house. And his fiance went down like everybody else had, and she just slammed into the basin there. So it fills up with water at the end that's supposed to kind of slow you down. Well, I don't think she slowed down too much.
Wow.
So she hit, and we went, oh, that sounded fun. She gets out and went, my shoulder's kind of bothering me. Thought nothing of it. Tried to keep going with the party, have a great time. We stepped inside for about an hour. We came back out. Her shoulder was already in a sling.
Oh, no.
And she's like, well, storms are coming, and I need to go to the hospital. So they were outright canceling. I text my buddy the next day. I'm like, hey, how's it making out? She fractured her shoulder. And had a mild grade concussion. She was in the hospital, I think, for 10 hours total.
Well,
yeah.
Wow. So you're answering some of the questions I have about these things. A lot of these are geared more for adults, right?
Oh, yeah. They're built
so this is built for adults.
And right before she went down, there was a kid who was maybe like 9 or 10 who just flew down. He was happier than dollars can be. Like, it's a lot of fun, but yeah, it was a freak accident.
So they canceled. They sent everybody home.
The storms were about to come in too, and it was like, all right, we think it's time. Like they started much earlier. I got there towards the end of it anyway.
Once you have a death toll, it's time to call it.
Oh man, I just got here.
Our friend group feed, our DMs fill up with videos like this, Ryan, of but more of like the homemade ones when you just get a tarp and some soap. And we all the time we talk about it, but nobody is ever adventurous except me and another one of my friends. And so we were doing backflips. I didn't hit my head though.
You were on a tarp?
Well, we were on
into the ocean.
Yeah, into the bay. We were doing. It was my first backflip. Casey made fun of me for holding my nose twice.
Yeah. Sorry. But
you weren't injured. You were fine.
Wasn't injured, but while we wait for our people to call in for the injuries, they're probably all still in the hospital.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, I want to go and do backflips off of this little. I don't even know what you call that. It's not a pier because it's just a standalone thing.
It's like it's like a part of a pier. It's kind of what you tie a boat up to.
Okay.
We had to add an extra rung. You see, there's a fresh rung on there. That's the Marissa rung, so I can climb up to it now.
Get out. So you literally just nailed that on there?
Yes, it came this year.
Really fun. How deep is that? Let's say during high tide. Can you touch the bottom?
No, and I won't because it's icky. It's the bay.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't stand touching the bottom of an ocean, a lake, a river.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I know.
You get a thick layer of whatever that is.
It scares me.
Muck,
Oh,
I think is a word for it.
But the neighbor kept catching little sharks.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want to be in the water then.
Yeah, they call them dogfish.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're sharks. Don't tell me that you can come up with a cute little name for it. It's a shark.
It's a shark.
Right. But yeah, I did make fun of you, Marissa, because you held your nose. You're a grown up. Yeah.
I hadn't dove into the water yet this year, and so I equated it to my golf swings. Like it's usually not until the third or fourth hole where I kind of remember every time.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I forgot how to breathe out of my nose when I'm swimming.
Here's a gnarly text that came in from somebody. I know I've been using the word gnarly a lot lately. I apologize. I'm trying to stop doing it. But this is one that you hate to hear about. But this says, I saw on a fire alert in Berks County possibly that a 12-year-old had a firework blow off in their hand.
Oh, man.
And most of their hand was missing. Oh!
No.
So
it said, I did not hear the outcome of the story, though. So curious as to how that would have worked out. Oh, man.
I hate that. Listen, and so that's part of the deal, obviously, the crazy amount of fireworks stuff that goes on. I have to say, though, once we were expecting to hear the major onslaught when it got dark, because it started raining, a lot of that just quelled quickly.
Yeah.
So, and then it happened much later, as Mr. was saying, that the fireworks went off the main display around 2:30. But I mean, I didn't see. Did you guys see in the news a lot of stories of, appendages being blown off? That I did not see.
No, and I guess maybe there's enough of them they don't always get reported. We usually hear about them here. So,
Preston, you're usually overwhelmed with bizarre file stories of incidents.
They trickle in a few days afterwards. Like I did a little bit more. I had my bizarre files all set up, and this morning I saw a couple stories trickle in of these things happening. So they'll hear them surface over the next few days.
I think maybe the season 3 of The Pit will be set on the 4th of July.
Season 2 was.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yes.
See,
Season 2 was.
Watched it yet.
And a kid loses his pinky and his ring finger on one of his hands from an M80 blowing it off. And it's gnarly, may I tell you. No, they're very graphic on that show. But
they excel in that.
Here was a text from somebody who said, hang on a second. I did something really stupid. I went to go push our daughter off the pool wall in an inner tube, and when I pushed my foot against the pool, it went back and I broke my ankle.
Oh, no.
So dumb. So that's easy to do. All right, let me go to, I have Rob on the line. Rob, good morning, brother.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, sir. All right, were you playing with fireworks over the weekend?
It was 2 years ago, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it still haunts him.
It still haunts me. We found a box of old fireworks in my shop out back. We were preparing for 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
And I had this great idea to shoot 2-inch mortars out of my hand while holding the tube.
My God.
It's
okay.
insane.
Yeah. I actually have it on video. I'll have to share it to Facebook or something.
Please. What type of tube were you holding? Or is it just
a regular cardboard tube that comes with the 2-inch
it comes with it. Okay. And you decided to just hold it and set it off and describe what happened.
Well, we were taking videos, shot the first one fine, second one fine. We were trying to shoot it over my house, like for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
And lit the third one, and an amount of time went by where I'm like, something's not right here. So I'm still holding the tube and it never went off.
Oh, no.
And I was like, something's not right. And then the whole tube exploded with the second charge, like with the aerial charge.
Yeah.
The whole tube just blew to pieces in my hands.
Oh.
See, that's the point of danger when, hey, let me look in here and see what's why is this going off? That delay, throw that friggin' thing as far as you can.
And the point of danger is actually when Rob said we found these old fireworks.
What could go wrong?
Old fireworks.
Doesn't
I mean, they don't expire, right?
No. In fact,
know.
they get more potent. They create nitroglycerin.
So what was what were the extent of your injuries?
Well, thank God. I was like, if I'm going to do something stupid, I put on some Lincoln Miller welding gloves, like really thick welding gloves.
Yeah.
For MIG welding, and so it blew the gloves to pieces, and that was it.
It shredded the gloves, but your hand was fine?
My hand was pulsating like an old cartoon, you know?
Yes. It looks all ballooned up. It's red and it's swelling and decreasing.
I've got it on video. I'll send it to you guys.
Please do.
You can see me look at the camera slowly, and I'm like staring at him. I'm like, something's not right. And then the whole thing exploded in a color and ball of light. And then you see me running away after the video. And that was it.
Wow.
To me, again, that's why, to me, it's such a, okay, we're having a blast, and you know, no pun intended, and it's this wonderful evening, and you're partying, and you lose a hand or fingers, and that's it. It's gone. It's done.
Do not be stupid. If I wasn't wearing those gloves, I would have lost my thumb and my pointer finger.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
For sure.
Appreciate it, buddy.
I've always had a healthy fear of fireworks. I don't really care to light them off. I really don't even like being around them all that much. When people are, you go down to the beach for, the beach fireworks, and everybody wants to light off their backyard specials or whatever. And I always feel a little bit uneasy. The only ones that I actually am comfortable with are Roman candles. I like Roman candles. I feel safe with those ones.
Even they can go awry.
Yeah.
There was a long stretch where I loved fireworks. Loved shooting them off.
In your hand, right?
Yes, in my hand and stuff. And I don't have any desire to do that at all
Could you
anymore.
imagine? Could you imagine as a drummer if you lost fingers?
But we were just told, hold on to the bottle rocket stick, and you just light it and launch it out of your hand. In fact, we had a couple fireworks fights together one time.
You were
not a part of that.
I was not. I was there at TH Properties.
Those are bottle rocket fights.
Bottle rocket fights.
Those are safe.
I love it. I love them.
You know what I don't even like about that press, and it's not even the fireworks part. It's like, what if you get a splinter when the
the stick you're holding on to, little sliver comes out.
The stick hurt my hand, not the explosive attached to it.
Oh my God! But no, that was a big deal. And we would go fireworks shopping. Like my dad would take us go. I'd be like so excited, get a gross of bottle rockets, man.
Our neighbor, Mr. Foley, would go, and I guess whatever his route was, he'd go down south, and he'd come back, and the trunk of his car would be filled with every illegal thing in New York at the time, and it'd be firing off this stuff. And I also as well had a bit of a healthy fear, but also, Preston, it kind of ebbed and flowed. So hey, I'm going to put an M80 in a mason jar. I remember we did that, and then we went running.
Yeah.
And it exploded, and guess what happened? Shards of glass flew everywhere.
That's crazy.
And caught my friend in the thumb. Couldn't take it. I mean,
it's a grenade.
Insane. It's a grenade.
Yeah.
It's a shrapnel grenade.
I went to south the border for the first time this year, and just walking in there, and they box those up now so that whatever your interests are, like something, they had a ska box that was all about like ska music. But then I shot my first bottle rocket, and I got scared.
Yeah, enough.
And it's like enough, but it's so fun in that store.
I love how they're marketing to the firework and ska aficionado.
Right.
They had another one.
Do you have anything? Do you have any chamber music?
That was 6 foot tall. I took a photo next to it because it was taller than me.
What's ska about? It's not like it plays music while you're doing it.
It's to
just,
draw your attention.
Just,
hey, do you have a fish section?
Yeah, so you buy it. Yeah. That's all. So it's not really anything.
Trey Anastasia says, I love Whistling Jupiters.
Yeah, I would totally buy those.
Right?
I'd be such a sucker for those. I'll tell you what, though, Steve, when you go down to the beach, and by the way, I thought...
By the water, right?
By the water, usually. I go down there to watch the official Wildwood fireworks. But the fireworks that people are putting off on their own on the beach, they're pretty impressive, man.
Some of them are. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of money, man.
Every now and then, though, like somebody in our neighborhood will go out and has bought some commercial grade fireworks, and they go off on a random day I'm like, why do we need this?
Yeah, we don't.
We don't need this, and it's freaks your dogs out. And
That's
all that
exactly.
stuff.
So we're there, and I'm watching every. The funny thing is, the dog hearing it on the TV and in the sound system is used to it.
Yeah.
But she can instantly delineate between what's happening on TV and what's happening outside the house.
Oh.
And she was good that night, though.
Yeah.
The delay actually helped.
My brother and I were watching, if you recall, a few years ago, with the entire barge in San Diego caught fire, and
Yes.
all the fireworks went off at once.
Which was awesome.
Right? Like, would you be disappointed in that? I think, listen, if it was all over in 2 minutes and it was just that amazing to, like,
do you want to
minute,
know what consistent?
I'd be okay with that.
I agree, but you know what consistently is our fireworks display at the Camp Out for Hunger.
Yeah,
that they,
it's
you know,
fantastic.
those guys do a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Celebration does a terrific
Celebration
job.
fireworks, they're awesome, and of course they've included the drones now too, which is amazing. And I saw video footage of the most incredible drone show I've ever seen over the weekend. It took place somewhere in Texas. 2,500 drones, so they could do very, very detailed renditions of whatever they were displaying in the air. Like a full George Washington, and you're sitting there going, whoa.
Yeah.
And they did something, Steve, I'd never seen before. We're looking at video footage of it now. Eventually, this eagle, and then some of the drones had fireworks attached to them.
That's cool.
And they release, and it looks like there's flames coming off of the eagle's wings. That I'd never seen before. Where they
Wow.
actually have fireworks on the drones themselves.
They just showed it was Thomas Jefferson doing a herky.
Oh, my God. Well, it's
Now-
very patriotic.
All right, so did I see in Boston, did they have a guy with a musket? Was that like legit, or was that something that...
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
What are
judging
you
by
talking
what
about?
we're seeing, the state of the art drone-wise, I
Yeah.
had no doubt they could pull that off.
There was a guy in
In a musket.
In a musket. No. There was a Revolutionary War guy in a musket, holding a musket, not in a musket, holding a musket that was like coming up above the buildings in Boston. I was like, is this AI or is this real?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a good question. It was like a Minuteman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that what they're called, Minuteman?
Yeah, that was part of the Continental Army.
Yeah.
They made lemonade.
They would only fight. They would only fight in 1 minute spurts, right, Preston?
Why are they calling it a Minuteman? Did it take a minute to load your weapon, or like
They were ready in a minute.
Yeah.
They would be ready in a minute.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Hang on a second. Put your gun down. Put your gun down. Give me a minute.
It looks like it's real. Boston celebrated with a massive Revolutionary War themed drone show with the Boston Pops playing, and the musket guy was real.
Yeah, Case, we're looking at this. Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. They're getting incredibly inventive with
Precise.
drones. And the more that you have, the more detailed it can be.
Private, you're inadequate. I'm bumping you down to the 2 minute men.
2 minute man. That was my nickname back in high school.
2 minute men.
Two?
Let me go to, hang on just a second here. We're running out of time, but I'm going to go to Jack real quick. Hey, Jack, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey. So
Yeah.
I had a good one. I had a good one this weekend. I got some fireworks, family over, and just to preface this, there was no alcohol involved.
Okay.
But I bought some fireworks in Pennsylvania, but I live in New Jersey, and I wanted only things that don't leave the ground, fountains and stuff.
Okay.
Right.
But I have a grandson who's 2.5 years old, and he loves dinosaurs. And we're looking at all these fireworks, and we're clicking on the URLs, which show exactly what the fireworks does.
Okay.
So you can watch a video. And we saw the dinosaur one, but we never checked the video, and it turned out to be a mortar.
Okay.
And it actually has 16 mortars in it. And I light it off, and I have the whole family up on the deck, about 8 people, and lots of little kids and all this. And all of a sudden, it starts shooting up in the air.
Uh-huh.
And I look at my son-in-law. I go, "Did you sneak that one in?" And he's like, "No, I swear to God, I didn't." And it falls over and starts shooting at the house.
Oh, man. Yeah, because you didn't know it was aerial. You probably didn't support it or, secure it properly.
Yeah. So and it just starts shooting at the house. People grab their kids, run in the house. It's hitting the glass doors, the windows, everything, burning towels. And after the whole thing's said and done, and we realized, actually, nobody got hurt. Nobody got any burns or anything. We were like, okay, anything you can walk away from is, you can laugh. We can laugh now.
We can laugh at it now.
That's the slogan of any good 4th of July party. Anyone you walk away alive from, you win. Man, that must have been a shocker when because it sounded like it had some pretty heavy firepower.
Well, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good one. But at the end, my son-in-law goes, "Too bad we don't have that on video." I go, "I got a Nest camera.
Yes.
There you go.
I got the whole thing on video.
Send it to us.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, I tried to send it to Marissa, but I couldn't because I'm not her friend. But if she friends me, I just tried to friend her a minute ago.
Okay.
On Facebook?
On Facebook or Instagram or what?
Instagram.
Instagram. All right.
Okay, you
We'll
can
have to check
also-
into it.
Yeah, you can also text it to us.
Yeah, you can text it to
Or just
610-660-9333.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Or no. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. See you, man.
Just send your number.
Take it.
One of my favorite, and we got to take a break because our guests are coming up. But one of my favorite moments like that on video, and it's from several years ago, is these people just sitting in their driveway.
I just watched it.
Oh my goodness!
It is pandemonium on a level you can't possibly imagine. In fact, it looks worse than the opening minutes of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
I mean it's just crazy.
Everything goes. It's like when you see the videos of like one cat that freaks out, and then all of a sudden a dozen of them are ripping the room apart.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything quite like this. It turns out to be, oh wow, that's going to be a mess. Oh my God, the whole neighborhood's exploding.
There's a new one where it's in the evening. And everything goes off in one fell swoop, like it's going crazy. Everyone's running. But the most telltale sign is that the Ring camera on the door goes into day mode.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so bright.
I also love when the wiener dog goes and grabs the the Roman candle.
Yes. All right. Well, hopefully you weren't a part of creating some wonderful video moments that we would enjoy, because that would mean pretty much destruction in your neighborhood. But listen, we do need to take a break because we have a series of guests that are going to be joining us. We're going to start with actor Taylor Maine. You may know as Sabretooth from the original X-Men movie. And then after that, we're going to speak to the executive director of the Museum of Music Technology, which is this awesome place in Harleysville. So we'll come back with our guests. Stay with us. We'll be gone we'll be back in just a moment. Don't follow the feed. Be the feed.
So a list of things that are obvious nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what these are.
Yeah. And these are just...
You wouldn't even put that on a tablet.
These are just statements, you know.
Imagine if Moses came down from the mountain with this. You got to be kidding.
Don't follow
We've been down here in the valley all this time, and that's the best you can come up with?
Be the feed.
Be the feed? Like feed that you give chickens?
TMZ shared a behind-the-scenes look as Kim...
I didn't know what I was going to get. I went up there. It wasn't God. It was Kim Kardashian.
So TMZ shared behind-the-scenes look as Kim prepared for the class with her glam squad.
So shall it be written, so shall it be stupid.
In her Instagram story, Kim posted a link to a fake NDA that had signees agreeing to acknowledge that you're accessing privileged business intelligence, the proprietary mindset, methods, and mantras of Kim Kardashian.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going.
It keeps going.
She had a show that got terrible reviews. It got renewed. She's got the commandments. She's got Skims.
Commandments.
I mean... Will it ever reach a saturation level?
I don't think so.
Doesn't seem to be.
No, I mean, she keeps
Kim going along.
Yeah, she does.
They keep breaking the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that wasn't enough, she also is hosting a surprise TikTok event tonight. It's called Kimsmas Live.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna Kimuke.
Kimsmas.
Okay.
It is set to stream on TikTok at 9:30 tonight. If you're so inclined.
Well, but what about Han Kim?
Hana Kim.
Hana Kim.
Hana Kim. Maybe that one would work.
Yeah.
Or Kimza.
Yeah, instead of Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
maybe that one too. And speaking of animals, we'll do one more story and then we'll wrap it up. Gary the Blue Snake is a popular Zootopia character. Has anybody seen
Zootopia
the new
2?
Zootopia?
No,
I have
the
not
first
either.
one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second one. So in China, this character is a little too popular. Shanghai-based publication The Paper found that since the Disney movie's November 26 release, online sales of blue Indonesian pit vipers are soaring, with some of the venomous snakes selling for as much as $420. The trend has lawyers and experts jumping in to warn the risks of owning the highly venomous reptile whose bite is fatal, rarely, but it can be fatal. However, a bite can cause swelling and pain and serious tissue damage without prompt treatment. Experts also know that it's illegal to mail live or poisonous animals to China. But apparently they're becoming all the rage right now.
I mean, yeah.
Blue.
What is here? If you own, can you own a venomous snake within the United States?
Some people can, Steve, but I don't know.
You have to be certified.
Yeah, I don't know what the requirements are, but I definitely have heard of people that own, like rattlesnakes, and things like that.
Like a king cobra would be kind of cool to own.
Yeah,
but listen. If I were to own one, I would have it like devenomized. You can do that, right? You can take out the venom sacs.
No idea.
Ball sacks?
Maybe you can take out their ball sacks.
Is that snake fixed?
But Steve, I don't know which states allow it or what the requirements are for you to do so. And certainly I think it's illegal for just anybody to go and grab
You can't have a pit of poisonous snakes at the door at PetSmart.
In Whitley Bay, wherever that is, a woman has been jailed after she was spotted having sex outside a busy shopping center in broad daylight. Rachel Hardy Gent, who had her breasts exposed and was naked from the waist down, was seen by a delivery driver engaging in the intimate act. Of course, a court heard that the pair were in full view of passersby and those using Parkview Shopping Center. So please recall, Hardy Gent was arrested and later found to be carrying a broken wine bottle neck in her bra.
Oh, my God. I do that too.
Hardy Gent has now been jailed for 16 weeks after she pleaded guilty to outraging public decency, possession of an offensive weapon, and breaching a suspended sentence.
Hardy Gent and Kinky Kelly, this sounds like an early Springsteen song.
A delivery driver was dropping off goods and was traveling down the trade entrance when he spotted her and a male. The prosecutor said they were laying on the floor having sex. This defendant is said to be naked from the waist down. She also had her chest exposed. The male in question had his trousers and underwear pulled down, clearly having sex. It was plainly in sight of members of the public.
Jen, Kinky Kelly having sex outside the LA Fitness. Hey, man! Have you seen the mugshot? It's the last person you'd ever want to have sex with.
So members of the public passing by could be seen by people using the shopping center, and the police became involved, and the defendant was arrested. She was taken into custody and searched, and in her bra, a jagged end of a bottle was found, a bottle of wine possibly. So here's what's interesting. So the court heard that Hardy Gent had 58 offenses on her record. Mark Stiles defending said that Hardy Gent wants to be sent to prison.
Oh, okay.
She said she drank so much. He said she drank so much alcohol on the day in the question. She blacked out and has no idea how she ended up outside the shopping center. She had the glass bottle for her own protection, but had no intention of using it. She wants to get help with her alcohol misuse and housing matters, and it's upsetting application to me to ask that she be sent to prison, but that's what she wants, and she's an adult, so perhaps she knows what's best for her. So,
well, she's taken control of the situation and realizes that when you find broken bottle parts in your bra, things have gotten away from you.
Yep, and I think they have. So she wants to be sent away.
Though she was outside in LA Fitness, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, ironic you said that, Steve. There is a Snap Fitness
right outside.
Okay, that's where you snap the top of the bottle off and put it in your bra.
Let me go. This is apropos to what's going on in our studio today. I'll go to John. Hey, John. Good morning, buddy.
Hey, bitches. What's happening?
Hey, what? All right, brother. What have you never done that most people have done before, and you've never done it in your life?
My next birthday, I will be 71, and I have never had a fast food hamburger.
71, and you've never had a fast food hamburger. Let me tell you something, man. It's like medicine. It's really good for you.
Right.
It's good for your soul.
If you want to hit, man.
Take
two Burger King.
Try the Burger King Krabby Whopper, which we have here in the studio this morning.
And call me in the morning.
All right. So, John, have you actively avoided that?
Yes.
And for what reason?
I have a problem because I don't know what's in the meat.
Okay. So you're suspect of what you're being served.
That's correct. I'll eat the hell out of a hot dog, but
you'll eat a hot dog.
You'll realize how crazy that sounds.
Know what's in a hot dog?
Yeah. That you're terrified of the burgers, but you'll eat a hot dog.
Dude, honestly, that's like, crackheads look down at heroin addicts and heroin addicts look down at crackheads. I actually swear to God.
So, God. John, you'll buy ground beef from the store, you'll patty that up, and you'll make burgers at home.
Yes, I will.
But it's when it comes to, even if it, Okay, what about a non-fast food? What about like a casual dining place?
That's still highly suspect in my eyes.
Yeah,
That's interesting, John. I wonder what put that in your head.
there's something, maybe it is mine, but the fact that would you like go to like a roadside stand and order a hot dog and eat it?
Yeah.
I mean, that is completely antithetical to the I don't know what's in this meat argument.
When I was a kid, when the first McDonald's opened where I grew up, my mom would take us out to when she went and got groceries, and we'd hit McDonald's and we'd pull up, and she's all right, 7 hamburgers and 1 hot dog.
I didn't even I
didn't even know they sold hot dogs.
They did hot dogs at one point at McDonald's. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting, John. Do you think you will ever do it? You know that one time's not gonna hurt you.
No, I will never do it.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, you might have already asked this. What about like
everything I believe in?
What about like fast casual? Something like a Five.
You said no.
I already asked.
Yeah, all right. I'm telling you, man. Five Guys and Smash Burger are so good, dude. You don't know what you're
He's
missing
not doing
out
it.
on.
He's not doing it.
All right, John. Standing by your guns, right?
All right, man.
Yeah, and I've never been to a professional ball game of any kind.
Okay. Never been to a professional sporting event. All right.
I'm going to ask this. Do you have a lot of money sewn up in a mattress?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
In today's world, I don't believe so.
And John, have you actively avoided that, or has it just been, it's just never happened?
No, there was never anything in the area where I grew up.
All
it
right.
was hundreds of miles to get to the nearest professional team of any size.
So I can see that. Where you were raised, you were not exposed to it. It's not something you decided you needed in your life. I just think by sheer happenstance, if you walk around in any major city or just even in the suburbs, by accident, a piece of burger is going to fly into your mouth.
At a barbecue or a picnic or something?
Yeah, but that's not fast food.
No,
that's different.
But
he won't do it because
you need something that where you know what's in it, like a hot dog.
Like a hot dog. You know every single
All
ingredient.
right, John, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Wow, that's a
like
good one.
Spam.
Let's see. All right, we will go to Nicole. Hi there, Nicole. Good morning.
Chicken pot, chicken pot, chicken pot pie.
All right, Nicole, what is something that you have never done that most people have?
I don't know how, nor have I ever played checkers, and I'm 53 years old.
Okay.
53 and never played checkers.
Have you ever played chess? It's probably a silly question.
No.
Okay.
But, I mean, no one's... I don't...
Oh, we're losing you.
I want to play. I want.
Okay.
I want to play. I want to play checkers, but no one will teach me, and I don't know why. And I watch kids and old people and everybody do it. I've seen it in the park, and no one has ever taught me. I have older sisters, and I guess they just never wanted to teach me.
I can't even imagine. Who wouldn't teach you checkers?
Is there a chance they don't like you, Nicole?
Everyone likes it.
So, Nicole, I have an idea for you.
Everyone likes
Checkers is really, really easy to play, you don't even have to be taught. It's almost like an intuitive game. Do you have an iPhone?
I do.
Okay, so on your iPhone, there is you can use this. It's an app that's on your phone already, and it's in your text app. It's called Game Pigeon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can play games with other people through texting, and checkers is in that.
Ooh.
You could start up a checkers game with somebody, anybody, the person that you think would be most likely to play against you in checkers.
And they may not even know it's you, and therefore be inclined to play.
Because they don't like me.
Well, no, we're not saying that.
And
It's just
everybody likes you,
Everybody
Nicole.
likes you, and we like you.
All right.
We teach you
Everybody
checkers.
likes me.
All right.
And you know what you could do? I think, Marissa, we have a few people we're going to chat through the course of the rest of our program. A couple of them in this particular segment. And our first one is joining us via the phone this morning. You know him for his years in professional wrestling as Big Sky.
Yeah.
You know him as a great turn in the X-Men film as Sabretooth.
He just thundered in that role, man.
And recently popped up with stories about a cancer diagnosis, and one that you don't hear about that often. So he's got a podcast, and we're going to get him on the line right now. Please welcome this morning Mr. Tyler Main to our program. Hey, Tyler, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me, guys. I greatly appreciate it.
You got it, man. Listen, we're going to geek out on the X-Men a little bit, if you don't mind, because we're big fans. But before we get into all of that, we were surprised to hear, obviously, about your cancer diagnosis and a breast cancer diagnosis at that. And reading that story, and Tyler, I don't have the facts and figures in front of me, but it's a very, very, very small percentage of men. That it's not uncommon, completely uncommon, but it's very, very rare, is it not, for men to get breast cancer?
Yeah, it is extremely rare. I think it's less than 1% of all breast cancers is men. And there's about 755 diagnosed with that in their lifetime. So you have a 750% chance of getting it. But yeah, like when I was shocked to get that. I thought I just had a little lump in my chest that needed to be removed, and had it removed. And it came back as invasive ductal carcinoma, which was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you pointed out too that because first off it's rare, as you said, 1 in 750 diagnosed are diagnosed with it, and then less than 1% get it. But it does happen, and because it's the kind of thing that's sort of skirted over. When it is discovered, more often than not, it tends to be advanced. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. A lot of times it is found in like stage 3 or stage 4. I was very lucky because my wife was very persistent for me to get in there and get to the doctor and get it checked. And, my doctor kind of said, it's probably just a lipoma. Don't, We'll look at it, but there's nothing really to worry about. But when I went to the surgeon that was going to operate on it, he goes, you probably want to get that removed, right? I go, yeah. He goes, well, we're going to take it out tomorrow. And it was just crazy because it was a 28 millimeter tumor, which is 2.8 centimeters, about an inch and a half, that was on my left side of my chest, which was crazy.
That is crazy because it's like an iceberg situation. You're not seeing the whole thing that's subcutaneous. You see the bump on top, and you don't realize it's that big. And you also, and I've seen you talk about this a couple of times. I think you're doing a lot of good by bringing this out and revealing that you were embarrassed. You didn't know, that what guys getting breast cancer, and so there, there's that reaction and. That delay or that sort of pushing it to the side can get people in a serious situation, and you're here to say, be proactive on it, correct?
Yeah, be proactive, get it checked. Like I was worried, we'd kind of noticed it in the fall, and I kind of pushed it off, and it'll go away. Well, it didn't go away, and then in the spring, I was like, okay, maybe I should get this looked at because I wanted to get it removed. And I was saying to the doctor, I said, look at hey, I don't want to get disfigured by this. Let's take as little bit as possible. Right. Had I known what it was, I would have said, take a bigger chunk, because I'm in my position where I am now because we removed the tumor, but it was less than 1 millimeter on one of the sides, and the side wasn't marked. So they're worried about it leaking into the rest of my body. So, with it being an aggressive oncotype, which was a 43, they're worried that it could spread and come back. So that's why I'm having to do the chemo. And I've got 2 more rounds of chemo to go, and then some radiation on the localized spot, and then I'm out of the woods.
Well, I've watched a lot of video and interviews with you. You're in a good place. You shaved your head in preparation. You've joined my club as well. I'm a shaved head guy. So the question was, how would your beard hold up? Because you had a pretty robust beard in one of the interviews I was watching, and you were wondering if that was going to get hit with the chemo hair loss. How's it holding up?
It didn't hold out. Yeah. My top of my head was preparing for this over a decade ago, I guess, because it was thinning out. So I decided to just shave my head back then.
You were already prepared.
And I was preparing, and the only thing that I had was my damn beard. And you know, after about 6 days into the first round of chemo, I grabbed my beard and a handful of it came out in my hand. And I was like, and I mean, like, oh no. And now it's coming back very sparse. So if I don't get my beard back, I'm going to be really upset.
No, I can imagine.
Yes.
Oh, but you know, it's all part of the process. Hopefully, it does come back thick. Because they said it can change, you know. And I was like, I was pretty proud of that beard. But now we're, you know, we got to do what we got to do.
Absolutely,
absolutely. To be alive is what you want. That's the paramount goal: is being alive. Everything else is ephemeral. So this is all. It's well worth it.
Well, listen, Tyler, since this is the first time we've had a chance to talk to you, we definitely wanted to ask a little bit about your debut, your stars as Sabretooth in that film, the original X-Men movie, which I think was the one that kind of opened up the gate for that next chapter of superhero films that followed, and then we got decades of just amazing entertainment for all those years. Did you have a feeling when you were doing that was going to be ushering in this whole new world of filmmaking?
No, not at all. I think a lot of people were questioning whether it was going to even survive. But everybody was pleasantly surprised, and it has stood the test of time. And to be called back 24 years later to reprise the role, I was hoping that I'd have a little bit more to do and be able to take the depth of the character more, but still to be called back. I think where I had more pressure on me was when I was Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloweens, because that is a franchise that has also stood the test of time, and the fan base for the Halloween films is crazy.
Well, it's something that a lot of people don't really entertain, like people like Kane Hodder, who played, Jason Voorhees. There is a skill and an art to playing a homicidal maniac, and I've seen some people fail miserably at it. But and we've had Rob Zombie on the show a number of times, and he's an eloquent filmmaker, and obviously his musical abilities are without question. But he approached it in a different way. But I mean, there your films. You worked with Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart. You've worked with Brad Pitt. You were in Troy as well. For somebody who had like out of the gate. You'd done just a little bit of stuff. Obviously, you'd done a lot of wrestling. When you're on a set like that, regardless of your imposing stature, are you standing, near Ian McKellen going, what the hell am I doing here?
Yep.
Yeah, totally. And we'd sit and eat lunch, and he gave me some of my best acting advice, and it's just to be surrounded by people like that on really my first major film was unbelievably fantastic. I mean, it was a little kid's dream come true.
Did you get to keep anything? Did you get to keep the teeth, or maybe that beard? You can you use all of that from the Sabretooth character,
right? Yeah. No, I try to keep something from everything I do. I have the forehead, the glue-on forehead with the eyebrows.
Oh, that's great.
I got the fingernails, the claws.
Yeah.
I even have the Wolverine dog tag that I stole in the film.
That's pretty badass.
That's a collector's item. Yeah, very
I like
cool.
that.
Right. Yeah, I had some sticky fingers that day. But you got to.
Yeah.
Well, listen. So we just before we find you right now, the treatment's going well. You're responding well. Everything looking good.
Yeah, everything's going great. I'm in my second round of chemo now. First round was a little rough. The second one, I knew what I was in for, so I knew what days were going to hit me hardest, like when the steroids that they give you wear off.
Yeah.
The last time I thought I was, still a Greek god in Troy and hit the gym too hard, and it didn't do me any favors. So this time I kind of just let my body adjust and flush the chemicals out properly instead of pushing it too much. The things that really suck are you get this metal mouth taste from the chemicals, and your whole roof of your mouth is all tore up and that, and then there's the shot for the white blood cells that they give you to increase your white blood cells so you don't get sick, and that kind of knocks you back on your butt a bit, but it's all important steps that you have to do, and you got to just trust science.
Be aware of it. Get out in front of it. Heed your very salient advice and do it. And you know, you're a fan favorite. I know at conventions, and you're a big genre guy, and obviously you have a wide and varied fan base, and we all want you to be around a long time. So this is promising. We hope only the best for you.
Yeah, and we'll be following obviously your progress, because you have the new podcast with you, which is Maine AF, MANE AF, and I'm sure you'll be sharing your journey on there, and maybe some people that are touched by this also can glean some information as well.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be dropping our first episode in about a month, and it's dealing with all things midlife, marriage, and mayhem. And that just sums up my life. It's it's kind of crazy, but I mean, just the outreach from other people that are going through this cancer journey, and to be able to talk to some of the people that are going through it alone is
it's a blessing.
It's just. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I've been talking with one lady that was going through breast cancer. She's in stage 4. It's metastasized, and she has no one. So we're talking regularly, and so it's just no one wants to go on a journey like this alone.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for checking in with us. We wish you the best, and hang in there. And I'm sure we'll chat with you another time down the road. Thank you, man. Oh, and we just lost him.
That's it.
Tyler Maine, everybody. Hey. Actually, we were getting a number.
You guys are the best.
We were getting a number of texts from people who have either themselves, as men, been diagnosed with breast cancer, or have relatives or friends who have been diagnosed with breast cancer.
It's something it gets checked during a physical, and you can check yourself.
Yep.
Feel yourself up.
All right, well, we have another guest, and this guest is in our studio. I had the pleasure of spending a few hours with him a couple of months back at a place called the Museum of Music Technology, and it is in the lovely hamlet of Harleysville, Pennsylvania.
You're well versed.
It's right where I live. I've lived for over 20 years and did not know that this spot existed. I started hearing actual tales about it a couple of years ago. Little whispers about
the local watering hole.
This place that existed that had some of the most covetous pieces of electronic equipment for those who are fans of music, because these are the actual keyboards and amplifiers and all different types of electronic musical equipment that have been used in songs that you know and love. And I was like, I couldn't wait to check it out. And finally, the location is open for regular visits now.
Right.
And I had a really cool tour. And I just love the sound of a big synth. I think it sounds so cool. And whenever you hear some unique sounds, I just love to crank it up. And they have the actual instruments that created some of this amazing music at the Museum of Music Technology. And we'd like to welcome the executive director, Drew Risen, who is here with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How you doing, Drew?
Happy to be here.
Nice to see you again, sir.
Nice to see you as well. We had a good time a couple of weeks back.
We had a great time, dude. Was I just not geeking out the
That's
whole
what
time?
we all do. You kidding me? I want to go to the place after this introduction. Sounds cool.
But to begin on this, number one, how many pieces of equipment roughly are there?
That's a horrible, hateful question.
It's so many.
Well, there's really kind of no way to calculate it. It's going to take years, but probably in the $3,000-$4,000 range. But
3,000-4,000 pieces, right? Yeah.
But I'm talking guitar pedals and microphones and things like that. So
on your website it says, and Preston was raving about how expansive it was. You have 3 floors, 16 different galleries, 40 different exhibits. And everything from guitars to synths to Preston was coming back. He was calling out classic, pieces of rock history and historical music, and he's got the organ that was played on.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's what we
it's
do.
pretty amazing.
It is, and it started off as a private collection. this guy used to be in a band back in the 70s, and he was in a rock band, and disco hit, and the rock band couldn't get gigs because if you're not playing disco, you're not getting a gig. So he stepped away from music for a while and came back years later and said, I'm going to get a keyboard. I've always wanted one of these. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get one of these. And it got out of hand. So ultimately, it now has overtaken a 33,000 square foot building. And it takes a solid 2.5+ hours to get through.
My question to Preston, and he again, he was just enamored of it. I definitely want to get out and see it because, I mean, you're in the presence of, even though it's inert greatness, it's still, he was talking about, you're just in awe of these instruments. When the collection first existed, how big was it compared to what it is right now?
He started small, just individual pieces here and there, and just kind of, followed his interests in what he was into. So it was some hi-fi gear and some guitar amplifiers and some keyboards. But then
the whole panacea.
Seriously, it really got big. And the thing is he went from being a collector to being a curator. So he wanted to understand the history of it and the backbone behind it. Who did this and why? How does it work? And that's what ultimately gave birth to this museum concept.
Yeah, there were, and like I said, besides, I was just geeking out on mainly the keyboards, but yeah, there's a whole gallery of guitars and amplifiers, and the amps are set up in, per their make. Like there's an entire Fender section, there's an entire Marshall section, there's a Vox section, there's all these names that you've known throughout the years. And as Drew is taking us through, you're like, the next thing, we're turning a corner, I'm like, oh, here's a whole other thing. This room opens up and it's like, 25 feet high and just filled with instruments.
How does this, so was talking about the Rock and Roll Museum, the Hall of Fame, all of the, is there any, they have to be aware of this incredible collection, are they? Has anyone reached out to you to do some sort of cooperative?
They've got their own thing going. No sarcasm implied. They really do have their own thing going. We're very different in what we do and how we do it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is a brilliant destination, you walk through it and you get your own experience. When you come to the Museum of Music Technology, it's a private tour. Like you've got a tour guide that knows what's up.
So that's the thing. As we were walking through, Drew, I'm like, you can't just let people in here and let them wander about for a number of reasons. Number one, all that stuff is within, you can touch it. I mean, it's all right there. You're probably not supposed to, but it's not behind glass. It's but it's all showcased very well. But you need to hear the stories about this stuff as you're going along. Or you're just going to pass right by. And we were walking by, and you stopped and you go, do me a favor, take a look at this keyboard. I go, what? He goes, you see those little stickers on there? He's like, yeah. Whose keyboard do you think this is? I'm looking at him like, Stevie Wonder. And you're like, because it was written in Braille.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And so he needed to find his way around the keyboard, so he had these little stickers with Braille all over him. And so there are stories to be told about all these pieces of equipment that are there.
What fascinates me about the whole idea here, Drew, is that when you see the equipment like a Rick Wakeman or some these large, incredible synthesizers, that they had to take on the road.
Oh yeah,
and it looks like you're in the, I'm not just seeing the pictures. It's like a NASA shuttle launch going on. What for you? And obviously this is your heart and soul here. What for you is the one piece that every time you walk up to it is like, oh my God, I can't believe this is here.
That is also an awful question. I don't know if I had to pick. I mean, oh come on, that's really difficult. I got to think about it for a minute. I can tell you that you can't stand in the shadow of Keith Emerson's Moog synthesizer and your knees not knock.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the instrument. You're actually hearing that instrument right there. So you look up, it's 10 feet up in the air, and you got his Hammond organs on the other side. Come on. It's
amazing.
Well, when we walked up to this particular piece of equipment, I was like, okay, I'm like, this is what I would think. It seems like the crown jewel because it's, number one, it's giant. Yeah. It's very, very big. It's got all the patch cords and everything running in and out, and they flip it on, and you start to hear that as it's kind of warming up and getting to its paces, and then you'll hear the beginning of this song being played, and you're like, oh my God, this is it. This is not something reproducing it.
Yeah.
This is the actual equipment that this came from, and it blew me away. It was just amazing.
And you're not going to get that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No.
You're going to see stuff behind glass, and that's one of the big points about what we do. We want to touch it. We have to use this stuff. It's going to fall apart if we don't.
And you also have there are teaching sessions, and right there, there are all sorts. It's a fully functional experience. It's not just the museum aspect. What other things are going on there?
Well, in order to balance things out, I mean, the stuff is cool. The stories behind the stuff is cool. But ultimately, we want to be a museum and we want to be an education center. And that's what we do. So this isn't just about looking at cool stuff. This is about supporting it, telling the stories. We started a series of workshops. We have a workshop tonight on drum machines. Okay, what's a drum machine? It's a thing that goes boompa chicka, boompa chicka. No, we've got prototype drum machines. We got the drum machines you can't see and this hands-on. So we give people that kind of an experience as well. And then live concerts on a very small and intimate scale. And large exhibits, like we're doing a big 7-month run about a gentleman named Don Buchla, who invented the Buchla synthesizer. If you haven't heard him, look it up, Buchla. And that's going to be a series of, 20 individual different events. So you like that brand, come on down and check it out.
I mean, it can become hyper-focused, which is great. You have the wherewithal to be able to do that. Yeah. Have you been contacted by any perhaps artist that says, I want this particular sound played on this authentic piece of equipment? How do I get it in my studio for my album?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's actually a big part of the backbone of what we do. So secretly, we have a couple of recording studios in the building. A number of us are recording people. And we do get requests for parts and certain instruments and certain sounds that can't be generated elsewhere. But ultimately, we kind of welcome those people into the building and say, here's your instruments. Have a good time. What can we do to help you find what you need to have?
Well, you remember Dave Grohl purchased the soundboard for Sound City, right? Yeah. Yep. And because it had a certain feel. There was the talk about Abbey Road. Oh, yeah. The equipment had a certain, it's like, when somebody prepares a Caesar salad in a bowl, it becomes, it becomes matured, and there's just something about it. And that's why these things are so desirable, correct?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Now I want a Caesar salad. So thanks for taking it there. No, it's just the thing is there's so many different experiences you can have there, regardless of what you're into. If you don't like the technology, but you like, Pink Floyd, Queen, The Who, you can. It's exciting. You may not know what half the stuff is, but you know who that band is or was, and that's pretty heavy.
There was Drew showed me a part of the display. Speaking of Pink Floyd, that was on the back of one of their albums. It had their touring gear all laid out on the back of the actual record that you bought. And he goes, yeah, look at this record. He goes, see that? And he points out all these pieces of equipment. He's like, that's that right there.
Yeah,
all of it was laid out before.
Yeah, it's interesting. Pink Floyd's a great band, obviously, and we're huge fans, but to have a lot of their gear, and they were also a little-known fact, well, maybe it's not little-known, but they had so much gear to be able to tour the world back in the day that when they weren't on the road, they would let other bands hire out the gear, and they started a company called Britannia Row, who's still in business. So if you're going over to the UK and you need touring gear, you call it Britannia Row. And I just happen to have a Britannia Row Pink Floyd microphone right over here.
Wow.
Don't drop this, all right?
Okay, all right.
So, Preston, that's called a microphone.
Oh, this is a microphone.
Yes, it is.
Wow,
right?
this makes your voice
sound
louder.
like
it does something like that.
Roger Waters.
That's really cool.
Has that actually been concert tested by members of Pink Floyd or no?
So the thing is, in many cases, we can drill it down to that point.
Okay.
With an individual microphone, it's challenging because they could have a stable of those microphones. I'm discreetly taking out another microphone for you people on the radio.
All right.
Here's the click. Oh,
do tell.
Hang on. Oh, it didn't click open. Oh, what am I doing, man? I'm blowing it.
You're also on YouTube, by the way, so they can see it.
Well, good. Where's the camera?
Right up there in the corner.
Okay, folks, this is Freddie Mercury's vocal mic. From
wow.
From what?
A band called Queen.
Oh, from a band called Queen.
A rock band.
Yes.
Ostensibly booming in the 70s. I'm handing you this one, too. Don't drop that.
Oh, all right. This is all good. Looks like a Shure.
So what do they call it? Provenance? The certification that it was used on. Are there any specific albums that it was used, or was it a live mic that he used?
His breath. Did you see that Preston just sniffed the microphone?
Yes,
Did you see that?
yeah.
I do that all the time too. I mean, I do.
You know that smell, right?
Well, the thing is, you do. Yeah, and you can also tell if a microphone has been in smoky environments or
totally
filled with beer.
100%.
But in this case, we are working right now on identifying what songs that may have been used on. My focus just yesterday, as I was packing up the mic to bring it on the show today, was the fact that that this microphone was in use around the time of Under Pressure with David Bowie.
Oh, wow.
But the tricky thing is there are no known photographs of the session.
It was so the history tells us that it was obviously productive, created a masterpiece, but it was difficult and a little contentious because of differing styles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because of Freddie Mercury's vocal styles and Bowie's styles. But they came together to create something great. But you're saying you can't find any sort of picture to validate.
We're going to keep looking.
All right,
Okay.
keep looking.
Can I do something that might be a little bit sacrilegious?
As long as you don't drop it.
Anybody find me?
Bring it.
Sang into the same.
Yes, you
microphone
did. Yes, you did.
Gotta finish it.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you doing? Leaving us hanging over here.
So there was Drew, when we were doing the tour. You know, we were speaking about equipment and recording on. There was a rack unit that you pointed out to me specifically and told me a little story about who all had used that, and if you could relay some of that, that'd be awesome.
Well, I don't know which one you're talking about.
You don't remember?
Give me more clues. We got lots of racks
yeah,
over here.
it was Stones. It was
oh yeah, baby. Now we're talking.
yeah, and a few others.
Yeah, so there used to be this band called the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
They're a British band. Listen to the click. Hang on. Oh. They were having a tough time in the studios because the guys in the white lab coats said, you can't do that in the studio. You can't get up on the microphone like this, or you can't put that microphone up next to a bass drum. And the Stones are like, yeah, we're the Stones, man. So they had built their own recording studio called the Rolling Stones Mobile. And the Rolling Stones Mobile had an early mixing board in it, made by a company ultimately called Helios. And we have 8 channels of that board. So that board did, oh boy, Zeppelin 2, Zeppelin 3, Zeppelin 4, Houses of the Holy, Sticky Fingers for the Rolling Stones. The first Bob Marley record, but the real win is Smoke on the Water and Deep Purple's Machine Head.
Yeah, Preston came back.
Right?
Yeah, you know, Smoke on the Water, he's got it. Yeah.
That's the Rolling Truck Stones thing just outside, right?
Yeah.
And we use this stuff. This is actually a part of what we do. So when you go to themmt.org or meap.org, we'll spell it for you later. You can actually hear these devices in use.
So, what artists, what people of note within the entertainment industry, specifically the music industry, have happened on through and have made their way out to the museum?
So that's a great question, and we tend to be a little tight-lipped about some of them because we have to be, because we want them to come back.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, just from a general perspective, Dweezil Zappa is somewhat of a regular at our place because his father's gear is all there. Zappa's actual rig is there, and we have his recording studio as well. Harry Connick, you know, and the boy can play, by the way.
Yes, he
can.
can.
Seriously play.
Yep.
And then lots of bands that are rolling through town. There's one we're dialing up right now, but I can't say it out loud or I'll get shot.
Yeah.
Or shanked, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they'll kill my dog.
Something horrible.
Yeah, man, it would be horrible. But really, lots of musicians that are touring through the area, and we're always communicating with bands that are on the road.
One of the things that stood out to me, I remember when I stood up and took notice, was that some Rick Wakeman equipment was there. That's when I first heard about this. And by the way, the building is unassuming. You do not know it's there if you do not know where it is. And you can go to themmt.org and you can find out information about coming by and taking a tour. But tell us about the Rick Wakeman equipment, because I asked him about it. We had him on for an interview a couple of years ago, and I was like, hey, I heard of this place. He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I absolutely. I wasn't doing anything with this stuff anymore, and it needed to be somewhere.
And now you can go and touch it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In Harleysville.
Yeah.
Rick's, A, fantastic guy, and B, values his musical legacy. Many people don't, but he certainly does. So we were able to assemble quite a group of his gear, including the Hammond organ that he used on that ripping solo on Roundabout.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's as big as you can get.
That's as legendary as you can get. Are you finding now, because you have this notoriety and you've been, the word is very good on what you're doing with this facility, are you finding artists who are hitting that point in their career where they're saying, I want this legacy to live on and be able to be experienced by people contacting you about things they might be donating?
Yeah, that's actually a regular situation.
It is?
I think if we look at Rick Wakeman, he was at a point in his career that he says, maybe I can use this to better, to better what I've done and show people what I've done. So he wanted it in the building, and he probably, I didn't ask him, or we didn't ask him this specifically, but I'll bet you it was the Keith Emerson gear being there that led him to say, this is a good place for my gear to reside.
To start, so Preston, you mentioned Genesis.
There's
Tony Banks
stuff out there. Yep.
Yeah, we're huge fans of Genesis, and certainly Tony Banks, and over the years, the collection as it grew, I heard about this one white Mellotron. That's a keyboard that has every key has a piece of tape that plays audio tape. A white one on one of our trailers. We got like 5-6 trailers outside, all loaded with stuff. So this white Mellotron. So one day we have the occasion to pull it off, and it was Tony Banks' white Mellotron from Genesis that did Watcher of the Skies and Genesis Live. And let me tell you what, you got to sit down.
Yeah.
And now that's on exhibit with a bunch of other Wakeman's Mellotrons and a bunch of other ones.
When I first came and reported stopping by and went on the air, somebody would text like, "Do they have a Mellotron?" I'm like, "Do they have a Mellotron?" They have a Mellotron section of Mellotrons. They have a whole section of Hammonds. They have a whole section of Wurlitzers, a whole section. What are the ones that have the keyboard, the foot pedals along with the keypad? You had a whole section of those too.
Well, that could be, part of the Hammond collection or the combo organs, but that scenario repeats throughout the building.
Yeah. And there's an entire, what I was looking forward to was the Moog. I love Moog synthesizers.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And so there's a whole room of just Moogs, and not only the different series of them, but there were prototypes in there as well, like ones where they were working on building this, piece of equipment.
Yeah, it's a big part of what the collection is, and our curator goes after that stuff. So it's cool to have a Moog modular synthesizer, but we have prototype Moog modular synthesizers. We have a huge collection of ARP synthesizers. The prototypes exist. That's what the Stevie Wonder instrument was. That was a one-of-a-kind handmade instrument by Tom Oberheim, and he played it for Stevie, and Stevie's like, must have. So these prototypes answer questions for us. Where did this come from? What's the thinking behind it? What's it like inside? It's crazy.
I'm fascinated with the history of this. Whenever you watch somebody, I love the Wrecking Crew documentary.
Yeah, man.
So I remember watching a video, I think it was with Rick Beato, Jimmy Webb, who wrote Wichita Lineman.
Sure did.
And produced it, talking about creating a sound that the bizarre.
Can you do that again, please? Thank you.
And this is what I do on the show, by the way, so you wouldn't know that. So that is, they had to get this old organ, and they played it backwards, and it's just a weird, for something that just passes just sort of seamlessly in the song that people aren't aware of. A lot of these guys, a lot of these artists had to build it from the ground up. Now you can get emulators that are on your phone that'll do this stuff. But there were the people who were the pioneers that built it, that had an organ that barely fit in a room, not in a porn way, but it's so impressive.
It's fantastic. It really is. And seeing how this gear has developed over the years it's a wonderful vision. And also understand, artists like, I don't know, I'm just going to say like Bjork, right? Like artists like that are looking for sounds that don't exist. That's cool, and that's why we have the recording studio, so people can tap in. But what's interesting is what you talk about with Wichita Lineman. What was the sound you made? How's it go? Right. That's a signature. That's a vibe.
Yeah.
That's a mood. So the time they spent on that was certainly valid. But the digital thing, like the fact you can record a record on an iPhone nowadays, is factual.
Yeah.
So we actually, in addition to having the vintage legacy instruments, we've also tied in with companies to create digital versions and impulse responses of
I remember, so there was a point in time where we were coming from the analog world. Do you remember this, Preston? And say, for example, you wanted to record on a Neumann, like the microphone, one of the top microphones. And then you could purchase an emulator that would actually create something that sounded close to that. And so, but you needed to get the sound of the original to know how to translate that into something that would replicate it. So having this resource that you provide is invaluable.
It is, and in fact, this brings around the Frank Zappa and Dweezil Zappa connection. Dweezil wanted to tour his dad's record, Hot Rats. It's a great record, right? And we're not going to let Zappa's rig go out on the road. It's going to get hammered and turned to dust. So Dweezil came in, and we recorded his system using what's called impulse responses. So now Dweezil can go up on stage at whatever venue he is, dial up this digital thing, and he's playing through his old man's rig. It worked so well, and it was such an absolute blast. So we do that. We do that. That's how else could we bring the legacy into today's world?
Not to be rude, but by saying this, have you ever estimated I assume you've had to estimate the dollar value for insurance purposes. What are we talking about in value of your collection?
I think that there's two ways to look at it. When the curator started the collection, he put so much money into it, X number of dollars. I think right now that if I had to give a knee jerk, but don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's probably in excess of $14-15 million.
Wow.
Right. But that's why we have the security system that we have, and that's why we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of cameras. It's a very sensitive thing, and trust me, when you come through the building and you see the 33,000 square feet of stuff, you're only seeing a percentage of it.
Yeah, you were talking about these trucks that you have loaded with stuff you haven't even gone through yet.
Well, we try to. There's so much juggling of stuff. We don't know what we're doing. We're trying to invent a museum out of thin air, you know. So we're figuring it out as we go. But I'll say that the feedback has been fantastic. And Preston, having you guys come by a couple of weeks ago, that really helps us. But right now, it's just turning people on to, checking this out, because you will not find this anywhere else in the world.
It's a jewel right here in Harleysville.
It really is. And in Harleysville, isn't that awesome?
I know.
It's like you were in disbelief.
Well, Preston thought, clearly I'm the most famous thing in Harleysville. Not knowing that this existed.
I'm not stepping into that.
Do you guys have field trips or
Well,
groups
we
of-
go on field trips. I'm on one right now, for instance. I'm at WMMR on the microphone. We do. We're certainly open to the public, and you can go to themmt.org to get tickets, which is fantastic. But we also dial into different school groups and different organizations that come through, and it's a regular thing. We'll bring in, maybe up to 20 plus people at a time and bring students through. And let me tell you what, some kids get it and some kids don't get it, but the kids that get it really get it.
Well, I remember the first time that you just geek out. Either you do or you don't. And that's okay if you don't, but if you do, I remember the first time, I think it was in Circus Magazine, Preston, I saw the setup for Supertramp. And I'm like, mother of God, that looks cool with it, because they were just, they traveled large.
They also have a really cool photo op, too, of some of the cases and moving, gear for touring. With all the band's names and stencils on them, and that's a really cool little spot as well. So it's got some visuals, it's got some activations, Marissa. If you need those, take a cool picture and put it on social media. But also, we didn't even get into the percussion scene. They had a full Simmons electronic drum kit set up.
You had a good time on that, man.
Fun playing on that, and the Taurus pedals and all this stuff. So it's just a really cool peek into technology and music. And the way things have started and where they've progressed to.
Well, since you mentioned, I have to ask, any Neil Peart stuff?
No, we don't have anything from Rush. We would certainly like to. Geddy Lee doesn't let his basses ever go. That's the end of it, nor does Alex. And no, we don't. We would certainly welcome anything from that band, because they're fantastic and they certainly would fit.
I'm surprised because they're all from Harleysville.
Yes. But I understand that. The Great White North of Harleysville.
But I highly recommend that you go by for a tour, and I'll spell out the website again. It's themmt.org. That's THEMMT.org. You schedule a private tour, and just have a few hours ready to go. It's there's a lot to see,
but well worth it,
and a lot to hear. And that's the thing I like about it, is because of the stories behind all these pieces of equipment and what they mean to the legacy of rock music and where we're headed to as well. It's really
and good on you for helping to preserve this.
It's important. I mean, I changed my career path for it. When I met this guy and I saw this collection, it brought me to my knees. It's just like, I can't believe this. This would be foolish to not blow up. So come see the results, folks.
Yeah, for real. It's definitely worth checking out. And if you know somebody who's got who has an affinity for music, and especially rock music, you got to send them over and check it out. And of course,
come on,
roundabout. I mean, come on, man. All right, well, thank you, Drew. Appreciate you being here, man. It is the Museum of Music Technology in Harleysville. Check it out. And let's hear for Drew Risen, the executive director, themmt.org. We're going to take a break and come back in just a moment. Stay put. There are some restaurants and bars that are board game related, and you can look them up online. And if you go, I'll guarantee you somebody on the staff will teach you how to play and play with you.
You can get hammered.
Checkers. So, all right, we're going to let you go, Nicole, but thank you very much. That's interesting.
Never playing checkers.
But she's wanted to. That's a difference. So a lot of people, these things are calling in, they haven't wanted to do.
Right.
And so they don't do them, but she's wanted to and never had the opportunity.
I think a lot of people are afraid of there's a risk to playing checkers.
No, there's a risk.
It can be very lethal.
You might lose.
Yeah.
I mean, in Georgia, it was a hair-raising wake-up call for a family Friday morning as flames threatened their home. However, the homeowner, Erlene Rivera, said that she woke up to the sound of her bunny rabbit, Coco, thumping out a warning as her smoke detector sounded off.
Like Morse code?
She said, no, she said he knew something was happening. He started jumping and jumping.
The house is on fire.
The fire tore through the back of the home, entering the kitchen as she rushed to get everyone out. And she said, he was the first one that I pulled his cage with him inside. Rivera, her sister, alongside her 92-year-old mother. I'm sure they're happy to know she got the rabbit first.
Well, I know where I stand.
Made it out safely. Christmas gifts in tow, all thanks to a rabbit who had hopped into action before flames could spread.
Could you go back in and get my vibrator?
Fire personnel said that they believe the fire started on the family's back porch, the same spot where they had gathered just one day earlier for Thanksgiving. The back of the home sustained significant damage on one side, and the kitchen had moderate fire damage. And it appears, they said, the fire department said that they had a warming fire in the evening and had thought that they had fully extinguished it on a wooden deck in a metal barrel.
Grandma was playing with her flamethrower.
By the way, Rivera says that when they first purchased the home, they were renovating and they discovered a baby rabbit underneath it. Aww. And that rabbit would eventually become the family pet, Coco, who is now their little guardian angel. So
saved their lives.
Pretty cool.
We had our family cat save our lives one time. This is the first Hubert years ago who noticed that the pilot light was reacting to the gas building up in the house.
Wow.
And clawed at my parents' door, woke them up, and we got out.
That's awesome. Yes, that's right. Steve, you wanted to share something with us.
As you know, Preston, throughout the past couple months, I've been purchasing things that appear very crappy on the TikTok shop or Instagram.
Yeah.
And this one caught my eye a number of times, and I say that because that's pun intended. I don't know if you've seen, maybe you guys, Casey, you're on a little bit more, the blink while you talk eyeglasses.
No.
What?
I've not seen that. Casey, have you seen these?
No.
I'm dying, though. So these are, they look like toy glasses, but they actually have bulging eyeballs that come out of them. What is supposed to happen?
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Okay, so Steve has put these on. Oh, my God. There's a strap that goes around your chin that triggers the eyelids to close anytime you open your mouth. So now just talk normally. No, without.
Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, and oddly enough, this is the most successful purchase.
I think so. Yeah.
Did
we all get one?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, man.
The fart cup
Here's
was
yours. You should all put them on.
Yep, definitely.
Marissa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. The fart cup from a couple years ago, that was pretty
And
good.
Ryan?
What was the fart cup?
It was like a travel mug, but it had a thing at the bottom where you could twist it and it made fart noises.
And then you also had the whistle cup.
Or maybe it was a whistle cup.
That's what it was.
That was it.
Yeah, it was. I remember that one. Yeah, you would blow into it and it would go.
I just assume everything Steve gives us is farting.
Well, this was not. We did get the pooter, the one that apparently this is not that good.
All right.
This is but the glasses I think are pretty good.
Yeah. Ooh.
You got to just make sure it's strung through every part of that thing. It's a little pain in the ass to get it out.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time unraveling this.
I know. Well, it's packed to perfection in that wherever it is in.
There we go.
All right, see if you can hook them up, and then open up the glasses and make sure the string is strung through each of the slots in the. Sorry, you see how the string is there, and then you tighten it under your chin.
Case.
Well, I don't know. I can't see out of my right eye. There it is. That's a little bit better. I think I got to tighten this up a little bit more.
All right, I'm gonna put mine on.
Yeah, it's supposed to fit snugly under your chin, I would assume, so that it's triggered at any point. Okay. Mine, are these open? No, they weren't open.
Oh, were mine open? There we go.
Mine were
Open
closed.
mine up a little bit.
If you tighten it too much, then they stay closed.
Yeah, just put it on the.
Hang on. There's a little balancing.
It's so goddamn dumb.
So, you have to definitely. You have to speak at volume if you want it to open and close. So I do like these. Mine, I would have to see. I'd need a video of myself while I'm doing this to see if it's successful.
How do mine look?
Looks like you got crazy eyes, Steve. Now, if you do like a Jim Carrey type of movement with your chin, then you're going to get blinking eyes.
Yeah.
That's for our YouTube audience this morning, by the way. A little visual love. Steve, I love that. That's great.
Good. Enjoy, guys.
That'll be, I'll wear that Christmas morning.
Why not?
Opening up my gift. So, any idea how much of these cost, if you don't mind me asking, each?
$3.
Oh, really? Okay, good. Nice, cheap throwaway. Even if it wasn't any good, it'd be like, whatever, man. I like that. That's fun. So we're going to go to the ass now.
The ass, you have to.
Yes.
Opposite side.
We go top to bottom.
Yeah.
So you never know what scientists are going to find when they start looking for things. For example, research now
Don't go
suggests
looking around down there.
that hydrogen sulfide, the gas found in flatulence, may help protect the brain from Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
In simpler language, smelling farts might help protect your brain.
That's complimentary.
A 2021 study from Johns Hopkins Medicine found that in mice, the gas helped prevent the buildup of tangled proteins that block communication between brain cells and cause them to die.
So one is not suggesting that you should surround yourself with gaseous people who fart on you all the time. If you could extract this gas, could you by inhaling it periodically slow an Alzheimer's scenario?
It's early in the research, but they're looking at that very thing.
But at least eat more beans.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask this question to the room, although I know Marissa probably doesn't want to answer this. But if you are alone in bed and you fart under the covers,
Ryan, we got to bring you in on this because Marissa probably won't be in on it.
You give yourself a Dutch oven if you know it's a pungent one.
Like a good one?
A good one?
Listen, and I saw this on a greeting card one time, and I wholeheartedly agree. Happiness is the smell of your own farts.
Yeah.
So, yes, Casey, I would.
That was so poetic.
Thank you. It's not mine. I read it.
No, that was Lord Byron.
Ryan, would you do it?
Probably, you know.
And let's be honest here,
nonchalantly, you'd be curious.
Yeah.
Right. You have your pilot's license. Would you ever do it in a cockpit?
Oh, there's no getting around it. In those small single engine air, it's like flying a VW Bug.
Yeah.
There's no choice.
Yeah. I don't say that I will Dutch oven myself.
Yeah.
There's.
Well, you waft.
We've been talking recently about you get the gassiness, the buildup in your body, and it's almost like tapping off that potential agita. You know, when you get gassy inside, when you are able to expel, it's like
yeah, but you're wafting it, Preston. You're like,
there's a little bit of oregano,
especially when there's a little sting to it. You're like, ooh, that was a good one.
That's like the police.
Yeah.
Because I did have a follow-up to that question, and you guys don't know the answer to this, but like, do you think that, we do that because there's something in us that we are unaware of that thinks that there is a medicinal aspect to it?
I don't think that. I think that subconsciously we might be checking our health to some extent.
I think so. That's why I taste my own poop periodically.
Wow.
There's something wrong here.
No, I honestly think that smelling that gives you a peek into whether or not you're doing okay.
I would bet you that, and Dr. Mike could certainly dissect this, but I think there are a trained nose could discern something that might suggest a medical condition through a fart.
Right.
I don't know any doctor that actively wants to do that. But the same way, like I think of in the way that they have the kitty litter boxes now that can immediately take a urine sample from a cat.
Right.
And or the toilets that you were talking about that will take a picture of fecal matter and assess what's going on.
Okay, here's...
All right.
I don't know why I've never thought about this. This is disgusting.
All right.
But it has to do with smelling farts. I don't think ever in my life I've ever smelled another human being's gas and gone, ooh.
No.
That's a good one.
No.
I can...
But for your
I
own.
can absolutely say.
Right?
I have never liked the smell. Never.
Yeah. But your own?
Oh, my God. I've never disliked my... The worse, the
I've never
better.
thought about that. Yeah,
No.
the worse, the better.
So, if you're shaking your head as you're listening to this, and the truth of the matter is, think about it. Have you ever disliked the smell of your own gas?
Yeah, like I can't even be with myself.
No, I'm sorry. I always love it.
I'm disgusting.
And I always wish I could turn it into a cologne.
Yeah. So the researchers gave the mice a compound that slowly released hydrogen sulfide, and the animals showed a 50% improvement in memory and
Dude, are you farting your brains out?
and motor function.
The hell did they give us?
Scientists say the findings open doors for new treatments, but
mouse farts have to be adorable.
The research has only been done in animals so far. For now, the idea that smelling farts could ward off dementia is more of a quirky takeaway than proven medical advice, but the jury's still out. But listen, they'll research it. All right, so there's a murder trial happening. It's a big one. And normally I don't put these big high-profile murder cases in the bizarre file, but
you're the one that committed the murder.
Well, it's a trial of this guy named Brian Walsh. It's out of Boston. Yeah. It's drawing national attention. His wife, Anna, vanished nearly 3 years ago. Prosecutors accused him of killing her on New Year's Day 2023, dismembering her body, discarding her remains in dumpsters across the region, including one near his mother's home. Investigators never recovered the body. In the days after her disappearance, prosecutors say Walsh repeatedly misled police as searches stretched out from the couple's neighborhood to Washington, D.C., where she worked. Now, on November 18th this year, just before the jury selection began, he pleaded guilty to 2 charges, which were misleading police and improperly removing or concealing a body. He still faces first-degree murder charges. Sentencing on the lesser charges will come later. The reason I bring this up is I wanted to read to you guys some of the internet searches that they found on his computer.
I love these. They're always so damning.
Oh, my God. So according to the officer, these were some of the posts, and there's a lot. Okay, so here we go. It started at 4:52 a.m. on January 1st, on New Year's Day, which is when she went missing. Best ways to dispose of a body, and then it was how long before a body starts to smell. Another one was 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to. Next was how long for someone to be missing to inheritance, how long for someone to be missing to be dead, how long does DNA last, and he's redirected to a website titled, Is it possible to clean DNA off of a knife? Can identification be made on a partial human remain? How to dispose of a cell phone? How to dispose of a computer? Am I the user of my wife's? I am the user on my wife's credit card. She is missing. Can I still use the card? Bleach due to dead bodies. Want to get away with murder? Use special detergent. Is it better to throw away crime scene clothes or to wash them? How do you use hydrogen peroxide and blood stain?
3W, I'm
All right, thank you, Marissa. We got another stab at the B file. It's happening now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Horizon Services. Count on Horizon Plumbing and Electrical to keep your home comfortable and safe with drain clearing services, surge protection packages, and more. You can book now at horizonservices.com. I had mentioned earlier that I had 3 rabid bat stories.
Yes, they're awesome.
This is the third one. Not so good. An 11-year-old Canadian boy died actually from rabies after being awoken by a bat on his nose and mouth. The incident took place while the child was on a visit at a cottage in Ontario with his family.
How you doing?
I mainly give you this as a cautionary tale because you'll understand. The boy, who is not named in the report, swatted the bat off his face, after which his father caught the mammal in a pot and released it outside. The boy's parents did not immediately seek medical attention due to their son not having any visible injuries and not thinking that the bat behaved erratically. But 19 days later, the boy began experiencing numbness and swelling on his face. The Canadian Medical Association Journal chronicled his family taking him to an emergency care unit over the following days, and both clinics and hospital doctors trying to diagnose his symptoms. At first, an emergency clinic prescribed the boy antiviral medication used to treat infections because caused by herpes virus, as it presumed he may have had Bell's palsy, because they didn't put this. It was 19 days later. They weren't thinking about the bat.
They were not. Every time I've woken up with a bat on my nose, I'd go to the doctor.
It's probably saved your life. At first they gave him the antiviral medication. While awaiting to be admitted, he developed a fever along with difficulty swallowing, confusion, and visual hallucinations. As the condition rapidly worsened that day, he was intubated and admitted to the pediatric intensive care unit. Doctors said that they strongly had suspected rabies. Days later, a test confirmed that was the case. They also identified a bat rabies virus variant. He died 17 days after being admitted to the hospital. Yeah.
So sad. But I mean, I would... you always consider that possibility.
Mm-hmm. Rabies infections are rare in Canada. There have only been 28 human deaths due to rabies in the country since 1924.
More people have been killed by Tim Hortons.
Any direct human contact with a bat is an indication for rabies. Medical treatment given immediately after potential exposure to a rabid animal. Of course, infection is almost always fatal once symptoms develop. So, yeah. All right, now on to snake bites.
Yay!
In Colorado, a Windsor man is recovering after being bitten 3 times by a rattlesnake while spending the day with his family near Estes Park.
Hey, at least I'm not a bat.
An encounter that sent him into anaphylactic shock and required 18 vials of antivenom.
18 vials of antivenom.
Michael Padilla said the incident happened after his family celebrated his grandson's 13th birthday on a mountain coaster ride in Estes Park. On the drive home to Windsor, the family decided to stop at what Padilla had described as his favorite roadside spot along US 34. He said, hey, let's stop at the secret spot. Just drive off the road. And the family walked across rocks along the river, and he said he suddenly felt something strike his leg. He stepped on a rock. He said, I was looking at my next step. Next thing I know, I got hit from the back like somebody punched me with a thorn. About 5 minutes later, his condition worsened. He said, next thing you know, I'm starting to feel really weird, getting fuzzy. I'm swelling up. I could feel my tongue swelling up, my legs starting to hurt. My wife noticed changes as well. She said I could see his eyes started to turn red, which is really weird, like bloodshot.
Hey, look at him.
They called 911. The symptoms intensified. He then went into anaphylactic shock shortly after getting into the ambulance. He said, my face and tongue were swelling up. Next thing you know, my stomach starts hurting really bad, and I started puking my guts out in the ambulance.
Wow, that's a violent reaction.
They said breathing became difficult. At the hospital, they gave him, they found that the snake had bitten him 3 times.
Jeez.
And they ultimately treated him with 18 vials of antivenom. And now he's recovering at home, still struggling to get around after several days in the hospital.
No doubt.
He hopes others will learn from his experience to get help right away.
That's why I get my antivenom at BJ's, because it's a larger portion. And you don't have to go through so many vials.
Speaking of antivenom, a woman named Renee Chisholm in North Carolina thought she knew how to avoid a snake encounter until a routine trip to take out the trash changed everything. Even though she checked each trash can, there was a snake hidden underneath the last can she grabbed. She said, I was wearing flip-flops. It's what I do every time I look around the trash cans. Everything was good. When I went to the third can, I tilted a little bit, and there was a snake underneath it, and it bit me twice on my left toe.
You son of a bitch.
It was a copperhead, and while copperhead bites are rarely fatal, they are extremely painful and expensive to treat. She said that I knew that when it bit me what it was. The snake actually biting was not as painful as a bee sting would have been. Less than 5 minutes later, she was in excruciating pain. She called 911, transported to the regional medical center. She received 8 vials of antivenom, which was all the medicine at the hospital that they had. They took her to Duke, where she received an additional 20 vials of antivenom. And she said that each vial costs approximately $15,000.
That's staggering.
I'm looking at a bill, she said, somewhere around between $800,000 and $900,000 for a snake bite. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that our insurance is going to pay for everything. It could really devastate a person financially, she said. Antivenom is the #1 snake bite treatment in the U.S. According to a study from the National Institute of Health, average cost to treat a snake bite was $31,343. The average cost of the initial dose of 4 to 6 vials of antivenom can cost between $47,000 and $77,000. Insurance companies usually cover a significant portion of the cost, but if you're uninsured and haven't met your deductible, that bill could be squarely on you.
That's why I thank my parents when I was a kid. They started a college trust fund and an anti-venom fund.
Very good. I mean, a lot of
just in
parents
case
don't even think about that. That's crazy. All right, and then we'll do one last story. In Missouri, a man faces several felony charges after deputies said he shot at a passersby car with a crossbow and BB gun before biting a deputy in the knee.
So he was like double fisting?
I don't know.
Or he had put one down and picked up the other.
John Winchell faces charges of 1st, 3rd, and 4th degree assault.
And now I have to bite a deputy.
A victim told deputies that Winchell shot at his car with a crossbow and a BB gun while passing Winchell's residence, causing damage. The victim said Winchell then tried to shoot him in the head with the BB gun. The statement said when deputies arrived at Winchell's residence, he stood and attempted to pull a BB gun from his waistband. Deputies tackled him. He then resisted and bit a deputy on the knee. Deputies later found the crossbow where there after serving a search warrant.
Hey, at least to his credit, he didn't use the crossbow to try to shoot everyone.
The probable cause statement said deputies responded to 2 previous times after Winchell caused a disturbance with the victim, who said incidents escalated after each encounter.
You wait right here. I'm going home to get my slingshot.
He is now being held without bond in the incident. And that is what I have in the bizarre file.
Do you have to wonder if people wake up that morning and go, today's looks like a BB gun and crossbow day.
And biting a knee.
Yeah.
As well. I got
likes me some knee.
For some knee this morning. All right, and that is what I have for you. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. We have a guest along with music news. We'll get some trash, and we'll give away some freebies as well. Lesson question, we're giving away tickets to Hershey Park and our live broadcast, so get ready. We'll be right back. How to clean blood stains with hydrogen peroxide. Should I use hydrogen peroxide on blood stains in concrete? Can the FBI tell when you've accessed your phone? Does the dishwasher clean blood?
Stop it.
Is it possible that a knife which has blood on it remains contaminated with HIV after it has been washed with hot water and dish soap? How to remove a SIM card from an iPhone? How to remove a hard drive from an Apple laptop? TJ Maxx near me.
I mean.
How long do stores keep security footage? How to saw a body? How to dismember a body? Hacksaw, the best tool for dismembering a body. Details of dismemberment discussed in murder trial. Can you be charged murder without a body? Commit murder conviction without a body. No corpse, no problem. Dude, I've got 2 more pages of this.
Was there anything in that was damning?
This goes on and on and on.
You know, my name's Bill Smith, and I live at this, and I killed my wife.
I want to commit a murder.
Yeah.
And also, what's happening with the Franklin Mills Mall?
It's crazy. It is absolutely insane. It goes on and on.
Apparently, he's unaware or had been unaware of the Google search history, figuring prominently into convictions these days.
Well, yeah.
That's the most insane amount of searches. To his benefit, or to his credit, he's doing his research.
I love these surveys because some of them are... The reason we invented this segment is because I kept getting these stupid surveys. It just didn't make any sense. So here we go.
All right, stupid
YouGov surveyed 8,124 U.S. adults and asked, what's your favorite pasta? And not pasta dish, pasta style. I mean, so, the actual shape of the pasta. Marissa's shaking her shoulders. She's all excited.
And we're going to leave you as the finale.
Okay.
May I start?
Sure.
Angel hair pasta.
Okay, you like the really thin
Yeah.
stuff. All right, what about you, Casey?
Ginachetti.
Gnocchi. I think I like linguine is probably my favorite. A little bit, and by the way, Ben is applauding me out in the green room right now. He's a guest we're going to have in here in a little bit. He likes linguine. I think I like linguine. It's a little slightly thicker than spaghetti. Although, I know it's a kid's order, but damn it, spaghetti just makes me feel good.
Spaghetti's the best. You know what I love? Since rigatoni is most often used in I have a pesto chicken.
Oh, pesto, sure, yeah.
So that would be neck and neck with my angel hair pasta.
All right, we haven't checked in with Ryan Shuttleworth yet, so let's find out what he thinks. Favorite pasta?
Cavatappi pasta, so like the corkscrew.
Okay, yeah. And you know what is interesting about pasta shapes is that they are specifically for certain sauces, because something like that will hold like a bolognese. It will hold the little pieces of meat in the spirals and stuff like that. And same with some ones that